What's up, Met fans? Welcome back to Talking Mets at Rob here on a Friday. Beautiful summer day, at least in New York, right here on Blackout Friday at Citi Field against one of our NL East rivals, the Philadelphia Phillies. Welcome, new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please say what's up in the chat so you can get a shout out right here on the channel. Everybody gets a shout out on this channel. Welcome once again. Another live stream for a Mets game. This is one series where I think both fan bases are pumped up for. One, the Mets can technically bury the Phillies with any chance of them thinking about an NL East run. And on top of that, could hurt their chances with 50 games to go of making a nice push against the Atlanta Braves and a little bit higher in the wild card seeding for the Phillies. So this is a big series. This is a huge series for the Philadelphia Phillies. They need to take 2 out of 3 at the very least. If they sweep, they need a sweep. It's not about catching us. It's about catching the Braves. It's about getting a better seeding in the wild card for the Philadelphia Phillies. For the Mets, it's not the end of the world if we lose 2 out of 3 or we lose 3 games in a row, because Phillies lost yesterday. We gained a half a game on them. The only thing, if the Braves sweep, right now it's only 4 games, but the Mets gave themselves a little bit of breathing room if the Mets don't actually play well in this series. Again, we got aces on the mound throughout this series with Nola and Wheeler and DeGrom and Scherzer. Scherzer going tonight. Nola and Wheeler the next 2 days. But when you have Scherzer and DeGrom in the first 2 games of a series, you expect to, at the very least, be in the ballgame the entire game. And that's no doubt about it. We know the Phillies have played well. They played extremely well. They got themselves back to relevancy and then into a playoff spot. So you have to give the Philadelphia Phillies credit. Now, I didn't see the Phillies lineup. I could be wrong, but I did not see Scherzer in the line. Schwarber in the lineup. Let me just double check. Schwarber is not in the lineup. I think he had a calf strain or hurt his calf or his hamstring yesterday. So he's not in the lineup today. So that's a big blow to the Philadelphia Phillies. Not because he's the leading home run hitter in Major League Baseball, in the National League, but he's a Mets killer. And that's a big loss for the Philadelphia Phillies. I did say Gene Segura. I believe I saw him, so he's back in there. He's always been a Mets killer. So, again, the Phillies have been playing a lot better. They brought a couple of young guys up that has helped that lineup. Obviously, they made 2 trades. They made trades at the deadline to bolster their rotation and their bullpen in Robinson and Syndergaard. Whatever you want to say about Syndergaard is what you want to say about Syndergaard. But Syndergaard is still a decent to solid pitcher, where it's not like the Phillies needed an ace of a staff. They didn't even need technically a number 2. They needed a middle-of-the-row type of starter, and that's what they got in Noah Syndergaard for a half a season at the very least. And how funny is it that as soon as the Phillies come to town, all of a sudden Syndergaard, if you saw his quote, seemed like he was trying to back off a little bit towards hating the Mets and saying the fact that, it was only a 1-year deal, that he wanted to get away, that he wanted to get through his injury without getting all the pressure of New York. That's what he said. So whatever that means, who cares? The point is he's not pitching in the series, so he is irrelevant, even though the Mets are giving him a video tribute, which some Mets fans probably wouldn't want. But at the end of the day, if you remember back to 2015 and 2016, he made that start against the Giants in 2016. In 2015, he made more starts than Matt Harvey in the playoffs. Just remember that. And when the Mets needed to win in the World Series, Syndergaard took the ball and ran it down the Royals' throat. So before we go crazy about Noah Syndergaard, about hating him and what he did, you have to show a little bit of respect to the fact that who knows where the Mets would have been if Syndergaard wasn't a part of this Mets rotation in 2015 and what he did so well in 2016. Obviously, the years after that, he wasn't that good. But that was lat injuries. That was Tommy John. So it's hard to just bury him and think that he was a crappy Met, because there was a lot of good times when Met fans were bringing the hammer to Citi Field, wearing the hair, having those Game of Thrones bobbleheads that I have. It was all about his persona of Thor. And the same thing with Harvey with the Dark Knight. It is what it is at this point. He's a Philly. He's not pitching in the series. Give him the video tribute because he does deserve it, and move on to the Phillies and what's at hand. If the Mets continue to play the way they have over the last 3.5 weeks, which is continuing to get pitchers out of the game early with their pitch count, I don't care how good the bullpen is. When you go into a bullpen in the 5th inning, you're going to be using pitchers you don't want to use. And on top of that, if it's a close game, they're going to have to use their better relievers, which means later in the series, you can't use those guys back-to-back or 3 days in a row, which has been an advantage for the New York Mets over the last 3.5 weeks. But the Phillies know what they have to do, right? They're coming to Citi Field. They lost yesterday. I think they're 8-2 in their last 10, if I'm not mistaken. They're a good team. Don't just because they're 10.5 games out means that we should just roll over. Look, we haven't seen this Mets team all year play down to competition, or when a big series came, folded. Every time, the Yankee series, both Brave series, going to LA against the Dodgers, they found a way every time when everybody says, uh-oh, here comes the June swoon. Uh-oh, here come the Yankees. Uh-oh, here come the Braves. Every time they met the challenge and they exceeded probably everybody's expectation for those type of series. Nobody expected them to sweep the series into 2 games. Nobody, and I mean nobody, thought that the Mets were going to take 4 out of 5, including most Met fans, thought they were going to take 4 out of 5 against the Braves. And I can guarantee you, most of us didn't think that the Mets were going to sweep the Reds because, well, it's about time the Mets would have had a letdown, but they didn't. They swept them. They wiped the Reds all over the floor going into the day off, which I think helps the Mets because the Phillies did play yesterday and they had a travel. Even though it's right down the turnpike, they still had to play a game and come down to Citi Field. The Mets were off yesterday. Everybody's ready to go. Everybody's rested. The bullpen's ready to go for this series. The Mets are in prime position to do what they have been doing all year. But that doesn't mean the Phillies can't show up and do exactly what they have done over the last 2 months. And they have been good. So with that said, guys, welcome to Talking Mets and Rob, Mets pregame live for about 20 minutes until Mets versus Phillies. Unfortunately, it's on Apple TV. So what I want to do, I want to ask you guys this. I know we like to make a lot of fun of Apple TV and listening to what they're saying and the stupidity of the broadcast. I actually love laughing at the situation when it comes to the broadcast because I honestly think Apple TV hates the Mets and also hate the Phillies. I watched Apple TV when the Phillies were playing against another team, and they seem like they hated the Phillies. It seems like they adore the Yankees and they adore the Dodgers, but hate any team on, that is a little brother in the East Coast or anybody that's not West Coast. So I think Apple TV is going to be very interesting. I want to do the radio call, but again, the radio call is about 2 to 3 pitches behind probably the stream of Apple TV. So I don't want to be behind. I want to be ahead with everybody when it comes to Apple TV. So I'm probably going to start off with Apple TV, see how it goes. If it's not working out too well, we'll go to the radio and we'll have to deal with the delay. But that's when that happens. The most important thing is that we're here. We're going to watch the Mets versus Phillies, another rival of the Mets. Got to get it going. The only thing good about Apple TV is the cameras are absolutely amazing. Those are pretty cool, but other than that, nobody really cares. So before we get started looking at the lineup and the pitching matchup for today, let me say what up to everybody in the chat. And don't forget, guys, if you're new to the channel, please say what's up and where you're from so I can see where you're from and where you're checking out the channel. And I want to also give you a shout out. So here we go, guys. Webbs, LWM11, Michael, another statement series, absolutely. Jonathan, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Ethan, Gary, Ruben, a member of Talking Mets and Rob, Grant, a member of Talking Mets and Rob, LFGM, Grant. Edgardo, how you doing? And thank you for tomorrow, but I'll take it today. Why not? Let's go Mets. Blackout Friday, Marcus. Absolutely. Joe, what's up? And the lockout as always. Inebriated with the quick like. We love it. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Machete, Steve, John, New York Committee, John, another, I think it's the same John, sorry. Jen Ryan, how you doing? Apple TV Breast to give me depression. Marco, I can't agree with you more, but it's always funny. I don't care about how woke or whatever it is. It's just that when they don't talk about baseball, it pisses me off. Like, can you please talk about the two teams that are one's trying to fight for stick their lead in the division, and the Phillies is trying to keep their position in the playoffs. Talk about that. If you want to talk about players, whatever, that are in the game, fine. But just stop it, please. Anything other than baseball annoys me. Thunder, Ethan, Anthony, Robert, Mariana. That's a good question, Mariana. I don't think the record has been that bad since the Mets have a really good road record. I've been to 6 Friday home games with the black jerseys. They lost 2 of them. So I'm 4-2. So that's a good start in my book. William, the blind beard, Thor, Sean, a member of Talking Mets and Rob. All right, so that's everybody that's in the chat. Once again, guys, don't be shy. Say what up in the chat. I don't care if you're a Phillies fan. If you're not a Mets or Phillies fan, you're just hanging out, watching the baseball game because, good series are just good series, and you're a baseball fan. You always like good series. Just say what's up. Again, I'm expecting Philly fans to come in. We know about Jonathan, but Jonathan is a cool guy, even though he's a Philly fan, and we hate each other during the game. But let's be honest. I do like the back and forth with real baseball fans. Not the bandwagon fans that only come when their team's winning. Jonathan's not that guy. Jonathan took a beating the last time the Mets faced the Phillies, and he comes back for more. So I guarantee you Jonathan will be here if the Phillies are taking the beating. And I expect that of Philly fans because I can easily just be like, oh, the Mets are getting their ass kicked? All right, let me shut off this stream. So I like what Apple's doing now. They're starting to get like Mets and Phillies ex-players or other guys like that are in the broadcast and everything like that. The last time the Mets were Apple TV, Wayne Randazzo was calling the game. They got Anthony Recker on the pregame right now with some lady woman. I don't know who that is, but they got Anthony Recker. So I see what they're trying to do. When the home team is on Apple TV, they try to get home guys on their broadcast now, which is nice to see. They're finally learning a little bit, and Anthony Recker knows his stuff. If you watch them on SNY's BNNY or pregame and all that stuff. So it's nice to see that Apple's trying to figure things out and then not just going with the status quo, which is nice to see. So I'm just checking the comments really quickly just to make sure nobody else popped in. Yeah, exactly, the blind bird. That's why I'm not so against, like, the first 2 of the Mets Apple TV broadcasts were just absolutely terrible because they were barely talking about the game. And look, if you want to show all your bias towards the team the Mets are facing, fine, but at least you're talking about the game. When you don't talk about the game in general, you're talking about food dishes and concerts you were at and has nothing to do with the game, nobody gives a effing crap about that. Nobody. Look, especially now when everybody's going for that playoff push, that division, that wild card spot, nobody really gives a damn what you eat for dinner or breakfast or what you ate before the game. Nobody cares. All right? We're worried about the scorer of the game and what everybody else is doing. A third right wing. What's up, buddy? How you doing? John, I think we should have a video tribute for Noah because everybody seems to forget and be concerned with the fact that he left the Mets. And it's like, if anybody was in that position, you would take the money as well, in my opinion. He took $2 extra million from the Angels, where the Mets gave $19 million in the qualifying offer. We all have done that. James, how you doing? And that's the way I see it. Look, in 2015, you got to remember, in the playoffs, Noah Syndergaard made more starts than Matt Harvey. Check it out. He made 2 more starts more than Matt Harvey in the playoffs. He was not – him and Harvey were basically on the same plateau when it came to dominance in the playoffs. But when the Mets needed a pitcher, when in the World Series, after the Mets were down 2-0, who was the one that pitched that first home game in the World Series in Game 3? Noah Syndergaard. He stepped up. He wasn't afraid. So, yes, and in 2016, who was the one who was in that wild card game when Jacob deGrom was hurt, who couldn't pitch? Noah Syndergaard pitched in that game against the Giants and pitched very well. So, when you look at it, Noah Syndergaard wasn't a great Met, but he was an important Met for the years that the Mets are actually relevant in the playoffs for those 2 years in 15 and 16. So he deserves a tribute. I don't care what he said over the last year or so. I don't care. Right? He backtracked a little bit when they asked him that, he didn't necessarily sign a 10-year deal. His whole reason for leaving the Mets is because he didn't want the pressure of New York while still trying to get over his Tommy John injury and working out his kinks first year back after Tommy John. That's what he said in his quote earlier today. First time back at Citi Field. That's what he said. So, when it comes down to it, the point is, if the Mets really want him, guess what, guys? He's a free agent after this year. Sign him. Why not? I'll take him as a number 4 starter. I don't really care. I'll take him back because I guarantee. I doubt the Mets are gonna. We're probably gonna lose one of the pitchers that are free agents. Either if it's Bassett, Walker, or I think Carrasco has an option. So Walker or Bassett, we might be losing one of them. So at the end of the day, you always see pitchers a year after their Tommy John surgery pitch better their second year, like the same way Zach Wheeler did. So I think he would be better. And no one misses New York because I guarantee he wasn't the center of attention with the Angels because they had Trout and Ohtani. So with that, whatever. Like I said, he misses New York because he likes the attention. That's why. Again, if he can be a solid pitcher, he can be a solid pitcher. I think he could be. So with that said, let's go over the lineups for the Mets and the Phillies today. I'm going to look at it right now. So we're going to start with the Mets today against Ranger Suarez. Batting leadoff, playing center field, Brandon Nimmo. Batting second, playing right field, Starlin Marte. Batting third, playing shortstop, Francisco Lindor. Cleaning up, playing first base, Pete Alonso. Batting fifth, DH, Darren Ruff. Batting sixth, playing left field, Mark Canha. Batting seventh, playing second base, Jeff McNeil. Batting eighth, playing third base, Eduardo Escobar. And catching, batting ninth, behind the plate, Tomas Nido, as he's been every Mets fan's favorite catcher over the last year or so. So that is your Mets lineup against Ranger Suarez. And we're going to look at the Philadelphia Phillies lineup for the Philadelphia Phillies and against Max Scherzer. They got batting first, Stout, shortstop. Hoskins batting second, playing first base. Bohm, third base, batting third. Realmuto catching, batting cleanup. Castellanos, right field, batting fifth. Hall, DH, and batting sixth. Segura, second base, batting seventh. Marsh, center field, batting eighth. I love that pickup for the Phillies. Vierlin, left field, batting ninth. That is your lineup for the Philadelphia Phillies against Max Scherzer. Again, there is no Kyle Schwarber. He got a calf strain yesterday in the game against the Marlins, so I'm not sure if he's going to be available this entire series. I don't know how serious it is. I don't know if he went on the IL or not. I am not updating you on all Phillies news because I don't know. All I know, he's not playing today, and that's all I care about. And that is a big blow to the Phillies and helps the Mets out a little bit because Kyle Schwarber seems to hit a home run against the Mets every single freaking time. But Gene Segura is a Mets killer. There's a lot of guys in this lineup that can take people deep. If you keep the Phillies in the ballpark, you have a better chance of winning the ball game than if you don't. They're still a power hitting team. I know they got a couple of guys that can spray the ball around, but they still are a power hitting team. I love the Marsh deal that they made with the Angels. That was an excellent pickup to put him in center field for the Philadelphia Phillies. I love that move for the Phillies. So we got to be careful with this lineup. It's a dangerous lineup. Obviously, we got our two aces back-to-back. Again, I still don't think this series is going to be a walk in the park, but I do expect the Mets to play extremely well in this series, but also expect the Mets to play extremely well, the Phillies to play extremely well along with the Mets. It's going to be a tight series. I don't think any game is going to be a blowout. I wouldn't be surprised if every game comes down to the wire, 1-2 run games. Wouldn't be surprised if that happens. Let's see. Before we get started with because the game's gonna start in about Considering Apple TV, who knows what time they're going to start? It's supposed to start at 7:10, but who the hell knows? Last time they started at 7:18, 7:19, who knows? Well, listen, put it this way. Nobody really knows what Jacob deGrom wants, right? We know Jacob deGrom is not the guy that likes to be in the spotlight. Again, the closest team to his hometown in Florida is the Atlanta Braves, right? The Marlins and the Rays are out. They're not paying him. So the Atlanta Braves is the only team that people could think of. Wherever those rumors came from, I don't know where they came from. I don't know if it was just from deGrom's agent just to scare the Mets a little bit, to pay him a little bit more. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. But again, if the Mets offered deGrom the most money, he's going to stay. It's just that simple. So that's where we are with that. But again, I don't care about deGrom's contract until the offseason. If we have to worry about certain things when it comes to that, we got enough free agents as is with Nimmo, Bassett, deGrom, go on and on and on how many free agents the Mets have. We worry about that when we get there. We'll worry about right now the team with the third best record, well, technically the second, the three of the four best teams in the league, the Mets are. You got to look at that as a whole, right? They're playing well. They're a really good team. I don't expect, or I don't know why Met fans are so worried about the offseason. Let's worry about that. Yeah, I honestly don't care about the offseason yet. Let's worry about that when the offseason comes. You know what? If the Mets win a World Series, I can guarantee you the offseason is going to be a little bit different than in years past. And you know what? You might have one guy walk away that you might thought the Mets were going to sign. Because when you win a World Series, no matter what you bring back the following year, ticket sales are going to be up. The crowds are going to be insane the entire year after that. It's just the way things go. No matter if the team broke it up or not, you're going to have crazy amount of season ticket, new people buying season tickets. It's just that simple. So when we actually look at it, the Mets are one of the hottest teams in baseball, one of the best teams in baseball. Focus on that and what we can do as a rotation, as a lineup, as a bullpen, as a roster to get ready to win the NL East, to get ready to try to win a pennant and to try to win a World Series. That's the most important thing. And I honestly think when people talk about sustainability, and Cohen talked about that as well, about sustainability. And a lot of Met fans talk about sustainability. That's why some Met fans are happy they didn't get rid of any of the prospects to bring a bigger bat in or whatever. Right now, the platoons are working. But let me hear those Met fans when the platoon's not working. Again, that might not be ever. They might continue to do well all year. We don't know. But when it comes down to it, and if the Mets don't win a World Series because of the bullpen they did not address enough of, and it cost them in the playoffs or possible World Series, remember when you were the ones hugging the prospects. I'm just letting you know. Because until the people talk about sustainability, and that's why people that are the prospect huggers loving to keep the prospects because they want sustainability in the future, you have to win one before you win multiple. And until you do that, I don't want to hear about multiple World Series. I don't want to hear about sustainability because sustainability means absolutely nothing if you can't win a World Series. Just ask a lot of teams around the league who love sustainability. How much sustainability have the Yankees have? They haven't won since 2009, right? Do you hear the Yankee fans bitching every single day of every single hour? It's just that simple. The most important thing right now is the New York Mets facing the Philadelphia Phillies. If you're concerned about anything else, I don't know what to tell you. You're living in the upside down if you watch Stranger Things. That's basically what you're doing. Worry about today. Worry about Scherzer on the mound. Worry about everything else that revolves around the New York Mets and the Philadelphia Phillies. So I'm going to put the lineups on the bottom of the screen along with the pitching matchups. Obviously, the pitching matchup for tonight, Ranger Suarez. Sorry, I put an S in front of his name. Let me just change that really quick. That was kind of stupid. I was thinking of New York Rangers, so sorry about that. with Trouba as our new captain. The New York Mets versus the Philadelphia Phillies pitching matchup. Ranger Suarez versus Max Scherzer. Again, obviously the Mets have the pitching, the better pitcher on the mound, but Suarez is a good pitcher. He's a lefty. We know the Mets have been a little bit better ever since they acquired Ruff. They've been a little bit better against lefties. Escobar has been very good against lefties. The Mets lineup as a whole has been a little bit better against lefties as of late. But again, the Mets would probably rather face a righty than they would face a lefty. So don't be surprised if Suarez pitches well today, because the Mets sometimes find a way to not hit against lefties, but not as of late. They have been hitting lefties. So once again, guys, don't forget to please hit on that like button. We are going to be listening to the Apple TV broadcast for the time being. I believe they've been doing a better job of getting the home teams people in there a little bit. You know, I noticed they've been trying to make the broadcast better, and I commend them for trying to make it better, because they heard all the backlash. And when they had the first couple of Apple TV games, it was absolutely terrible. The Mets game, there was a Phillies game, there was a Yankee. It was just terrible. And they're getting a little bit better. And I like the fact that when a broadcast knows they're bad, they try to actually do better. And if they try to do better, even if it doesn't work, at least I know they tried. We can still kill them, but I do like to see what is going on with the broadcast. So we're going to listen to that. I don't know. They're showing the tribute video for Juan Soto in his return to Washington today, which is nice to see. Mets game should be starting in the next 10 minutes or so. I'm not sure why the girl that's next to Anthony Recker is looking like she's going to the prom, but that is Apple TV for you. Anthony Recker is looking like he's a cool guy walking down the street in New York, and she's looking like she's going to the Met Gala. So, listen, it is what it is. Whatever. At the end of the day, the lineup is on the bottom of your screen, the Mets lineup and the pitching matchup for tonight. Once again, guys, please don't forget to hit on that like button. We already got 117 people in the stream right now before the game even started. Let's hope the Mets and the Phillies just have – we want great games, right? We will see. Yeah, exactly. And I guarantee you, and this goes for football as well, I guarantee you at some point the Super Bowl is going to be a pay-per-view event. I guarantee it on the streaming service. Tatis just tested positive. Wow. That is a big loss for the Padres. And let's be honest, don't be surprised why the Padres made that move for Juan Soto. They might have knew something was up with Fernando Tatis. I'm just letting you know that. Because I hardly doubt that they would have made that Juan Soto trade if they automatically knew that Tatis was coming back. Clearly, the Padres knew something about that, or they wouldn't have gave up all they gave up to acquire Juan Soto. So, that is the big deal. And they're showing the additions of the Mets. Nate Quinn, Vogelback, and Ruff all batting over 300. 333 for Ruff, 341 for Vogie, and 367 with Nate Quinn, and 5 home runs between the three of them, and over 22 RBIs for the rest of them. So with that said, guys, the Mets and Phillies are going to start very soon. So get all your quick comments in and see what happens. Do you think the game's over? I don't know what you mean, Jakey. Sorry about that. And again, I would not be surprised if the Juan Soto trade to the Padres knew something was going on with Fernando Tatis, and the reason why. I don't know. I haven't seen anything. People are saying it. I don't know if that's true or not. Yeah, I just saw it on Twitter, guys. Tatis, yep. Yeah, I just saw it on Twitter. So it is from a viable – yes, Jeff Passan. I just saw that. So, once again, I would not be – and data showed it on Apple TV. Fernando Tatis Jr. receives an 80-game suspension for PED, performance-enhancing substance. So there you go. And I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if the reason why the Padres went after Juan Soto is because they knew something about Fernando Tatis Jr. That's just my opinion. But they're showing the split screen with the Padres and the Mets right now. Different vantage points. The Mets with the black jerseys. It is Blackout Friday in Citi Field for the Mets. Always on Friday night at home. The game's about to start in about, I would say 10 minutes, but it is Apple TV. Who knows? So with that said, once again, if you're just tuning in, please hit on that like button. If you're new to the channel, say what's up in the chat so I can give you a shout out and let me know where you're from as well. And once again, guys, if you are a member of the channel, by the end of the weekend, I will have the giveaway Wheel of Fortune for who will win the mystery box for the giveaway for this month. So make sure you're already a member and you got everything ready to go. And make sure you check out the video. All right, I posted on the members page, on the community page for the members. So make sure you check it out. Because if you don't check it out, how would you know you won, right? So that's one thing. And also, if you're a fan of Subway to Shea podcast, if you know the guy Anthony from Subway to Shea podcast and you listen to it, I had a conversation with him. He will be coming on my channel on Sunday at 6 p.m. after the Phillies series is over. He'll be coming on with me, so hopefully you guys check that out Sunday night. He will be coming on with me. So Subway to Shea podcast, Anthony will be coming on with me on Sunday at 6 p.m. And after that, I will be going on his podcast to talk about our Mets. So make sure you check him out. And if you haven't subscribed to his podcast, and they got Cliff Floyd, Steven Nelson, and Katie Nolan in the booth. So we got Cliffy in there. So again, they always get the home appeal there. So there we go. Tatis is going to appeal, but you usually don't win those cases. So, all right, guys. So once again, Subway to Shea podcast. Please check him out. Subscribe if you listen to podcasts. Check him out. Subway to Shea podcast is his Twitter account. His name is Anthony. So say what's up and make sure you check out Sunday at 6 p.m. when he comes on the channel and talk about Mets baseball for Mets Talk Live. So we're going to listen to the broadcast right now. Phillies Mets game 1 at Citi Field. A very big series for the Phillies. Very important for the Phillies to do what they have to do to continue their pace in the wild card and possibly catch the Atlanta Braves. And, of course, for the Mets, this is an important series because you want to just puff out your chest and show your dominance against a team like the Phillies. And without Kyle Schwarber, it's unfortunate, but there's no excuses for injuries. I'm sorry. The Mets didn't have DeGrom all year. They didn't have Scherzer for 7 weeks. The Mets went on the West Coast trip for the majority of the West Coast trip without McNeil and without Marte and still found a way to be 500. Injuries happen. If you can't overcome them, you're not a championship caliber team. Championship caliber teams throughout the year go through bad injuries, go through adversity, and come out of it on top. So far, the Mets have done that through 112 games. Let's see if they can continue that through the last 50 of the season. So once again, guys, please hit on that like button. The goal, I want to try to get to 200 likes today. That is the goal for this stream today. It should have no problem getting to 200. Before the game even started, we already got 140 viewers right now. So please hit on that like button and take a second to do so, because the more likes we get on this channel and on this stream, the more it gets at the top of the list for people who are looking for this type of content. That is the most important thing, right? More people means more fun in the chat, not just Met fans, Philly fans. I have over 1,000 subscribers that are not Met fans. And there's a reason for that, because I do think they believe that I'm a fair. They know I'm a Mets fan. I'm always going to root for my team, but I believe that I'm a fair opinion guy when it comes to the team that the Mets face. Always. As I said, if you go back to the beginning of the year in my division picks, I had the Braves winning this division. So that I could have been a Met homer and just pick the Mets because I'm a Mets fan. But I try to think realistically. I would never thought the Mets would have actually been this good. I just don't think so. So they're showing Scherzer right now. This is probably about 10, 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, walking out to the bullpen. The game should be starting in 5 minutes. We shall see. So, yes, Kyle Schwarber is not playing in this series. Hurt his calf yesterday in the game. That is a big blow to the Phillies, but the Phillies do have Gene Segura back, who's also been a Met killer his entire career, especially with the Phillies. So I'm just waiting for the game to start. And if you're new to the channel, if you don't know how this works and you haven't checked other videos or other streams, I throw up game day on the screen, which I'm going to do just now so I can show you what it looks like. Just give me 1 second, guys. All right. There we go. All right. So it looks like this. Let me just throw game day in a better position. All right, cool. So it looks like this. You have game day. So if you're following the stream and you just want to look what's going on and you can't listen to the game or you can't watch the game, you're working, you're doing something, you're out and about Friday nights, but you want to listen to the stream, you want to see what's going on in the Met game, you can listen to the game here. I'll have the TV broadcast blaring in the background along with game day, along with my instant reaction. So you got 3 different ways of knowing about the game. My instant reactions talking about the game, my in-between analysis, in between each half inning. You got game day to follow the game, and you also got the scores of the other games going around Major League Baseball, and you can hear the sound of the game. So you got other ways of just viewing it. You can leave on the stream and listen to it while you're taking a nice sip of Casamigos, chilling in your backyard, or at work, working an overnight shift. Overnight people, I love you. I'm one of those, so I get it. So make sure you enjoy it. Make sure you have fun. If you're a Mets fan, Philly fan, I don't care. Enjoy yourself. Say what's up. Back talk is what sports is all about. I don't block anybody unless you're racist or sexist. Other than that, bring it on. So Mets versus Phillies about to start. Let's go Mets. Beat those Phillies. Let's show them who runs the NL East, at least in 2022. And let's just put them in the rearview mirror for the rest of the season. All right, so Apple's on commercial right now, which is probably an Apple commercial because this is what they do. But I was going to check the comments really quickly before we get there. Tomas, what's up, Clint? Well, MLB is all about the money, right? And it's not about the Mets. If you look, the Phillies have been on it multiple times. The Padres have been on multiple times. It's not just us. So, Mrs. X, listen. At least I can bring you something. And I know Apple TV is annoying. So, you don't need Apple products to get Apple TV Plus. All you need is either a smart TV or a Fire Stick, or if you got a PS5 or PS4 or any type of gaming system that you can get online with. You should be all right to get it. But if you don't, hang out here. You get to talk with Mets fans and Philly fans, hang out, listen to the game, and watch game day and look at instant reactions from Met fans, which is always a fun time on this channel. No problem, no problem. Well, Cloudy, Ranger Suarez is a good pitcher. Just because, his ERA is not great, he can be difficult. For sure. Christian, a member of Talking Mets, Rob, what's up? Exactly, Christian. He already appealed it. Tatis has already appealed that suspension. That's why it comes out. The union don't allow anybody to put MLB to put it out like that until they do an actual investigation or appeal service. So, all right, guys. So I'm gonna put the volume up. Max Scherzer's warming up on the mound, and once again, Apple is a little bit, for some reason, the sound quality is shit. So I'm just gonna put it up as how loud as possible. Just let me make sure that you guys can hear. Aaron, buddy, my boy from high school days playing baseball, baby. What's up? So let me make sure you guys can hear it. So if you don't know, my boy Aaron Sells right there. We played high school baseball together. That's my boy right there. Haven't seen him in God knows how long, but thank you for tuning in, buddy. I appreciate that. All right, so the game's about to start. Let me make sure you guys can hear it.
Has been suspended by Major League Baseball an 80-game suspension after testing positive for clostebol.
Can you guys hear it?
Drug. It's in violation of MLB's Joint Drug Prevention and Treatment Program.
So far, Aaron, so far.
The Padres, everyone there in America's finest city, has been awaiting his return.
All right, guys, first pitch about to start. Mets Phillies Game 1 on this Friday in August. Come on. No problem, Cloudy. Anytime. Can you guys hear it? I just want to make sure. Because it is very low for some reason. And I got it all the way up the freaking... It is low. I know. I got it on 100. It's just very low.
For the first time this season, in place of Kyle Schwarber, who exited Thursday's game with a calf strain that's been bugging him, and finally it's forcing him out of the lineup.
I know it's a little low. I know, but unfortunately, it's Apple TV.
Not having Kyle Schwarber, they're at the top. Someone who has good numbers in history against Max. That's a big deal to start. That's a huge deal.
But we always talk about supporting cast players. You need these.
You know, they have a lot of microphones on the field, so you hear more of the crowd and the gameplay than the actual broadcasters.
That's what you have to do.
3-1, fouled back by Stott, who has the Phillies coaching staff and organization, Katie, to be in this spot. If you were to look at his numbers on the whole this year, they wouldn't scream, hey, that's a productive player, but Rob Thompson has...
Geraldo, the radio broadcast is like 3 pitches behind. It's very tough to follow the game that way. And that's a shot that is off the wall.
So extra bases for Bryson.
All right, a quick double for the Phillies.
Seems like having the confidence of your manager was the right call there.
Confidence in a great bat.
Well, yeah, that's I do that. You can just go up there with confidence. Not gonna help you much.
Look, I'm getting on his backside of balls down and in. That's ball 4. Before lefty, the ball's
But that was a nice piece of hitting by Stott. Hitting that ball. Just barely missing going over the wall. So a leadoff double for the Phillies.
Reese Hoskins takes a strike at the bottom of the zone. Finally, the Mets, having won 6 in a row, have not trailed at all during this run. It's been a 54 innings.
Wild.
When you're good, you're good. Hoskins was on a heater last weekend, homered in 4 consecutive games from Thursday to Sunday against the Washington Nationals.
Geraldo, you know, I've thought about it, buddy. Nice slider. Strike 2. Nasty slider against Hoskins. Come on, Max, let's go. Yeah, strike 3. There we go. On the slider. Nice slider on the outside corner. 1 out.
Let's show you the lineup for Rob Thompson's Phillies tonight. Mentioned Stott leading off for Schwarber, Hoskins, and Alex Bone behind him. And Cliffy, you hit on this in the open. This is a young player who has really come into his own in all facets.
I mean, he's literally evolved this season as far as just getting his foot down, understanding what he's trying to do and making adjustments.
All right, Alex Bowman was up for 1 out and a man on second in the first inning.
Still young, he's very talented, but he now understands the strike zone and he's doing some damage. You know what? I think he was helped out this year with the universal DH because he struggled defensively. That was happening to AAA. You know, to work on the defense and then come back, but he had the luxury of being able to still hit and work on his defense, you know, and help his team.
A luxury, but I also imagine there's a lot of pressure to making adjustments, both parts of your game in the middle of the season in front of a.
So 11 pitches so far
It is.
for Scherzer, who went out in the first.
To just the work, right? The third base work.
Gotta start with hands separated. See here, Scott Berry, the home plate umpire. He's gonna start with his hands separated. There's a misses inside.
Well, we know the microphones work.
So, well, Scherzer ready.
Come on, Max.
To go.
Nice slider on a 2-0 pitch.
Speaking of microphones, so Eduardo Escobar, who was playing third base tonight for the Mets, of course, one of the great dudes and personalities that we have in the game, he comes up to us and says, "Hey, I want to wear the mic tonight. Give me the mic. I want to be mic'd up."
Which is pretty rare to have a player come up to you.
That is a base hit. It's going to be 1-0 Phillies rather quickly. Nice base hit by Alec Bohm to right center for a 1-0 Phillies lead.
You know, something's going on between the home plate umpire, Max Scherzer, home plate umpire, Scott Berry, and it's just disrupting who he is and what he's about. And I don't know what it is. It's, you keep having to call timeout, and this is what it leads to. That ball is center, you know, for a guy who's hot. And how he does not get that ball, you know, to hit a glove. It's going to hit some grass for a knock.
All right, it's only 1-0. We know this offense can come back. I'm not worried about that. But for some reason, the umpire is being a little annoying, calling timeouts for Scherzer because he's not separating his hands for some stupid reason. I don't understand why is that a rule or why is he enforcing it now. But
he's been hitting the ball hard.
Realmuto has been very hot lately for the Phillies.
It's that one foul. It's now 1-1. Just to quickly button up the point on Escobar. He wanted to be mic'd up.
Yeah.
Maybe not today. I'll pump his child for you on the air. I know you love it. But if you want to have people hear you,
well, it's possible, mister.
Plate,
very possible.
He's like, okay, I got you.
That's the way sports is going to go now.
I'll tell you one thing, it's been a long time since I've heard a player kind of beg to be on the mic.
Come on, Max. Let's go. Keep it to 1 run. Yep. Tatis 80-game suspension.
Realmuto, third best OPS in the National League since the All-Star break. Alec Bohm on first after driving in.
Popped it up. That was a pitch to hit, but he missed it for the second out. All right.
Had a good conversation with Nick before the game, just about the mental part of the game and him and where he's at.
All right, Nick Castellanos, 254, 10-1, 50 RBIs, 2 outs. Man on first, 1-0 Phillies on an Alec Bohm RBI single.
Swings at the first pitch.
That is that's gonna drop. Yes, it is.
Holds up at second base,
so it's a 2-out hit, first and second with 2 outs. A little flare in the middle of nowhere between right field and center. 19 pitches so far for Scherzer. Not a good start for Scherzer. What the Phillies are doing are swinging early in the count, which is a way to get to Scherzer. He's a strike thrower. All right, 2 outs. First and second, 1-0 Phillies. 19 pitches so far for Scherzer.
Talk about JT, but if he gets going as well, it'll be dangerous down the stretch.
Strike one to Derek Hall.
Derek Hall, the big lefty.
We had the Phillies last weekend at Citizens Bank Park against the Nationals. The Phillies bashed 3 home runs in the first inning of Josiah Gray, and Derek Hall had one of them.
Got to be careful with Hall here. Power hitter. Nice pitch up and in for strike 2. Come on. The Jets are playing the Eagles tonight. Yes, they are. Come on, Max. Keep it to one.
Over the top of the first, and he
Got
gets
him.
it swinging.
There we go.
But it's Alec Bohm who opened the score.
All right, guys. So for the first inning, top of the first, the Phillies did get a run. They did threaten to score some more, but a quick 3 strikes got Hall swinging on 3 strikes, and the Phillies lead 1-0 after the top of the first. Mets are coming up in the bottom of the first. So Scherzer struggled a little bit. I'm not sure what the umpire was doing there with Max Scherzer, telling him he has to separate his hands before he goes to the rubber. I don't know what the hell was that all about, but it clearly pissed off Scherzer. But again, this is what Scherzer does, right? Even though he struggled a little bit, he threw 22 pitches in the first inning. But again, he has a quick inning next inning. He's back on track. So Mets are losing 1-0 to the Phillies right now. Once again, guys, don't forget to please hit on that like button. Let's get to 200 likes is the goal today for this stream. We already got 200 in the stream right now. Hanging out with us, Mets versus Phillies. So say what's up in the chat. If you're new subscribers, say what's up. You get a shout out. And also tell me where you're from as well. All right, Disney, good luck. You're winning 1-0. It's not the World Series. Ken, what's up, buddy? Ken got the Apple TV. Look at him. I believe Vogie is has one more year in his contract. I'm not sure about Naquin. But again, I mean, how much are they going to really cost to bring them back if they're going to play well? Again, let's not go crazy about 2 weeks of baseball, all right? Let's see what these guys do with another month of the season into the playoffs, right? Because for all we know, Vogie and Naquin are good now, and then the next month and a half into the postseason, they don't perform well, and then you're probably not going to want them on the team. But these guys are bench players, right? They're not everyday players. These are guys you can easily sign if you want to a reasonable contract. So waiting for the bottom of the first to pop up, and here we are, guys. Mets are coming up, losing 1-0 to the Phillies. Ranger Suarez on the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies.
To Francisco Lindor, Pete Alonso, 1120 OPS since coming out of the All-Star break with 11 extra base hits. He's leading things up in front of the recently acquired Gary Ruff. Will be facing Ranger Suarez, the left-hander for the Phillies.
All right, first pitch coming. The Nimmo is for the strike. Let me put game day up. Sorry about that, guys. Once again, guys, Apple TV for some reason is low. I just don't get it. It's all the way up volume-wise. It's just the sound quality is bad with the broadcast. Ground ball to second, first base, and it should be 1 out. Quick out for Suarez. Apple TV got so many microphones on the field that the broadcast doesn't sound as loud. Okay, Christian, thank you. So there you go. I thought Vogie had an extra year. Apple TV is annoying. I'll give you that.
They force opposing stars to go 24 hits the first inning 47 times this year. So this is something that in the hitters meeting they make a point of doing and talking about, and everybody seems to be on board with.
We've seen the most pitches in the first inning than any other team in baseball. You and I, along with Mikey Lowell and CC Sebastian.
Yeah, Steven, I don't know what that was. Something about separating his hands when he's on the mound. It made no sense. It did piss off Scherzer, though. It got us off his game a little bit. Marte pops it up. Damn it, he just missed that ball. So, Mets, what they usually don't do, 4 pitches, 2 outs in the first. Not exactly what you want to do. You got to make them work. So, Lindor's coming up with 2 outs in the first.
The secondary stuff for these guys has to be there, especially when you face a lineup like the Mets and the Phillies.
4 pitches, 2 outs.
Come on, Frankie.
Difficult out here in Francisco Lindor.
That 20 pitches might be a jeopardy. I'm just saying, I don't know, but
hey, they get a lot of 2
absolutely.
hits.
Come on, Frankie. Look, we talked about this in the pregame. The Mets have to work the counts. They gotta make the pitcher work. They gotta increase his pitch count. You can't 6 pitches in the first inning so far is not gonna cut it if the Mets continue to have quick at bats like this. You can't do that.
If you're a former Met, but you play most of your games here in Queens, the Shea Stadium.
Yeah, I have this view.
That's a ball, Ron. How you doing?
Yeah, I had rats chasing me. Chasing me down the tunnel. I was like, hey.
Hey, we get to the hustle.
Come on, Frankie. Let's go.
Quick feet.
Francisco has been really good getting on base with 2 outs to bring up Alonso. That's a ground ball. Nice play by Suarez to end the inning. That was a quick inning for the Phillies right there. And Ranger Suarez, 8 pitches. Got through the first inning. Phillies lead 1-0 going to the top of the second. Segura, Marsh, and Vierlin coming up for the Phillies. No Keith Toro. It's Apple TV. They got Cliff Floyd in there with a bunch of other people that I don't care much about. So, with that said, guys, going to the top of the second, 1-0 Phillies. Don't forget to please hit on that like button. Let's get this stream to more people. More baseball fans, more Met fans, more Philly fans. It's always fun to get more people winning in the stream to have some fun during these NL East battles. Joe, don't worry about it. It's only 1 run. It's the second inning. I'm not worried about that. And we can beat the Phillies. It's all right. Yeah, Rob. Unfortunately, Tatis, I think that's the big reason why the Padres made that Soto trade, because I think they knew. Because you got to remember, they do an appeal process before anybody knows about somebody testing positive for a PED. So I honestly think that the fact that they made that trade with Juan Soto, they knew something in regards to Tatis and his positive status. Good. Continue to have Miami beat. Again, even if the Mets lose 2 out of 3 or even get swept in this series, if Atlanta loses, that helps us. It's 3 more games off the schedule, and even if the Phillies sweep it, they're still 7.5 games out, along with Atlanta being a couple of games, 5, 6, maybe 7 games out. So I'm not too worried about that. Well, they've been getting better, KTU. The first couple of broadcasts, they actually just had their own broadcasters and had nothing to do with anything with either team. Now, what they're doing, if you're the home team, they actually give other broadcasters on that in the broadcast and in the pregame. So they've been trying. All right, guys. Mets, Phillies lead 1-0. Top of the second. Scherzer on the mound.
Segura swings through a strike from Scherzer. 7-9 in the order for the Phils. Good numbers against Scherzer in Segura's career. 12 for 33 lifetime.
You know, I was over there.
All right, Max, let's go. Come on.
We talked for a long time. He talked about, we missing Bryson. Tonight we don't have Schwarber, but
all right. So Scherzer going a little bit more with the fastball here. In the first inning, he went a lot of breaking balls that actually hurt him in the first inning. Well, KT, it's a 3-game series, so 2-1 maybe. You never know. Anybody can beat anybody at any given time, so you never know.
Battles against the 1-2, fouls it back.
Come on, Max. 26 pitches for Max.
Just don't know what injuries, what you're going to get back. You got to get your feet up on it. You got to get back in the box until the focus is big. These guys are really good.
And after those 2 hit those games, he's 6 for 13 cents, and you can see in that shot, the glare that kind of battling. The sun has set. There are no shadows on the field of play, but there's a reflection coming from right center field.
Which I'm sure is tough for them, but they look great.
It's a great photo.
It's a great time to be up at bat.
Ground ball, and it hits the bag. That sucks. So that's going to be a infield base hit for the Phillies.
It hit third base, gave Segura an opportunity to hustle out that infield single.
That's why you hate the strikeout. Right? You got to put the ball in play. If somebody what happens. It's a CNI base hit. That is right there. No,
I don't know if you've heard of King Soft.
It's pretty illustrious.
well, I saw you today.
All right,
Check it out.
not looking good so far.
TV.
But again, nothing you can do in that spot. The ball hits the bag. It was going to be hard to get him anyway.
Brandon Marsh.
All right, Brandon Marsh, which I really like this pickup for the Phillies.
For Marsh, facing Max Scherzer, visiting with Brandon before the game. Talked about how he's like, I dreamed of moments like this, matchups like this. And he had a very specific game plan in facing Max Scherzer today. What was it? Well, that's the thing I didn't.
You don't want to say.
I didn't.
You made sure mention that. It just,
Yeah, I agree. I'm with Cliff on
Okay,
that.
basically,
Flag on the play.
basically, it's hunting fastball.
Wow. That's really
As a pop-up, is that going to be out of play? It is.
You have enough room to make a play.
and amazing though when you hear that, right? And then the first pitch of your bat, there's no speed. It's like, are the mics on when you have batting practice where you can like hear these guys talking and the pitcher sitting there with the headphones on?
Yep, it is crazy with Tatis. 0-2 count to Brandon Marsh, man on first.
Plans to attack me. I bet you he throws me a breaking ball. Oh, there it is. 0-2 with Segura on first. Nobody out in the top of the second.
The difference today is when you bowl, the difference today is the technology of having. If he jumped up and made it, yeah, he jumped up and got a catch. Oh, he jumped up.
I mean,
That call everybody. Somebody already
content.
Yeah.
Somebody offered him $100. You can see he says no to it. Right? That's the ball.
Strike 3 call. There we go. 1 out.
Third strikeout for Scherzer.
Misses the spot right here, obviously. Gloves over there, but misses the spot with his own play. Back in the day, umpires typically didn't give you that pitch if you missed your spot by that much.
That's entirely unfair.
That was the game.
I agree. If he keeps it to 1 run, the Mets can come back in this ball game. Nice pitch on the inside corner. There we go.
Shot back. That was a perfect strike. The inside part of the plate. Left fielder, number 9 hitter in the Philadelphia order tonight.
Oh, boy.
The Phillies are 17-2 this year when barely scores a run. He's got some speed.
Come on, Pete. Come on, Max. Come on. They keep on showing Pete Alonso every time. Got me confused there. Come on, Max. And popped it up. Infield fly should be in effect. 2 outs. There we go.
Turn it over to Bryce Stott. Lit off the game with a double that was a few feet from being a leadoff home run to right field.
Been a great at bat. They worked the count to 4. Got a ball down there.
All right, 2 outs. Top of the order for the Phillies. Stott hit a leadoff double to lead off the game in the first.
This year, he's a breaking ball for a strike for sure. He's the number 45 prospect in all of baseball for the MLB pipeline. .406, the 1076 OPS and 14 spring training games. Forced the Phil's hand to make the roster. Was sent down. He had April, called back up, and Didi got hurt. Didi Gregorius was released last Thursday, and Stott named the everyday shortstop going forward. And that's going to be a massive thing for a young player, Cliffy.
Come on, Max, get out of this real quick.
Making a veteran like Didi go like that, but just knowing every day at 6.
All right, strike two.
Yeah, well,
Scherzer's fastball is a little bit down, 93, 94. Usually it would be in the 94, 95, 96 range. So
just saying, look, he's not the first, he's not the last to go with the position and go out to perform. That's a business side of it.
Fans come to their feet here at Citi Field.
come on, Max, strike him out.
1 and 2. 2 out. Second. Scherzer to stop. Bounced is Segura.
All right, Segura is still second base.
Second base.
Nito couldn't handle it. It was a ball in the dirt. Probably wouldn't have got him anyway if he picked it up cleanly.
A great jump, a great pitch, and got stolen base. And I think these are a little.
All right, so my runner in scoring position with 2
You can't
outs.
sit there and hope.
Stott did hit a double leading off the game. See if Scherzer can take care of business here and get out of the inning.
2-2 coming to stop. Now we're full.
And he hit him. It hit his foot. So it hit his foot. Hold on 1 second. They might be checking it. And it did hit him.
Saw the signal from the Met dugout to continue playing. So the Phillies doing some things. We're seeing some things for the Phillies against Max Scherzer.
Yep, did hit him. Right on the toe.
He must have like steel toes in there. So I'm dropping. I'm rolling.
Trainer.
All right, got to be careful with Reese Hoskins with the power.
Swinging in the first.
He did strike out Hoskins his first at bat.
First pitch. Flare foul.
First and second, 2 outs, 1-0 Phillies. 40 pitches already
Up to
for Scherzer. That's usually what the Mets do to the starting pitcher, not what teams do to their pitchers. So not a good sign so far for Scherzer going deep in this ball game.
Surrendered today.
Ground ball,
Escobar can't handle it. The bases are now
made
loaded
it
for Philadelphia.
stop the ball, but bases loaded for the Phillies. The ball was hit hard, couldn't handle it by Escobar. So Mets defense, little shaky here going into that game.
Made up Escobar. Rocket.
Now we got to deal with Realmuto.
Unless you know how much time you don't have. Yeah, that's right.
It was Alec Bohm who drove in stop for the first and only run of the game so far. He's up again.
Bohm is up, got the RBI of the game. So far, bases loaded, 2 outs for the Phillies, leading 1-0.
But you see how aggressive these guys are, right? Like, these are situations where I've always thought with 2 outs, as hitters, you can't go up there feeling for anything. You can't go up there, waiting, trying to get comfortable.
Mariana, I think he still does. He's struggling a little bit. Not a nice day to struggle, but even great pitchers struggle every now and then. Ground ball, and he ends the inning. All right, there we go. So Scherzer got in trouble there, but got out of the inning. Phillies do not score. Going to the bottom of the second, Phillies lead 1-0. So the bad thing about this is 43 pitches for Scherzer. Again, he needs a quick inning soon to, maybe a 7-8 pitch inning, maybe even a 10 pitch inning, get back on track. If he gets 50 pitches in 3 innings, or around 53, 54 pitches in 3 innings, I can see him going 6 innings. But Scherzer always finds a way to go 6 innings, so I'm not too concerned about that. But once again, great pitchers, when they're in trouble, they find a way to keep their team in the ballgame, and Scherzer did that right now. Mets are coming up. Alonso is going to be leading off. So 4, 5, 6. It's going to be Alonso, Ruff, and Canna. 3 righties going against the lefty Suarez. Once again, guys, we got 229 in the stream right now. Don't forget to please hit on that like button. The more likes we get, the more the stream gets at the top of the list for people looking for this type of content. If you're new to the channel and you're a new subscriber, please say what's up in the chat and where you're from so you can get a shout out on the channel. And let me know if you are a Mets or Yankees or Mets, Phillies, or whatever fan of a team. Just let me know so we have an idea of who's in the stream right now. And hopefully you enjoy the stream with Game Day up, the sound of Apple TV. Unfortunately, it's not the best broadcast in the world, but we only get so much, right? But Mets are coming up, still only trailing by 1 run with the Phillies threatening in the top of the second, but didn't get it done. Omari, I'm new here from Chicago. What's up? Are you on the south side or the north side? I usually ask that for people who are from Chicago. I always wonder. All right, Tribble, Phillies fan there. What's up? How you doing? Again, I love baseball fans in general. You root for your team and you stick with your team through wins and losses, you're okay in my book. South side. All right, cool. Tribble, don't say sorry, buddy. It's all good. All right, south side. Well, I mean, the play that the ball was hitting the bag, you can't do nothing about. That last play, it was hit hard. He should have came up with it, but it happens. But we got it out of the inning. That's the most important thing. Pete Alonso coming up, leading off the second, trailing 1-0. Okay, Tribble, that's all good. Again, the Mets got to take a. Suarez is throwing a lot of crap out there. He's not throwing a lot of strikes. So the Mets got to just take some pitches here and work the counts. That's what they've been so successful doing. There you go.
Just behind JT Realmuto. Next to him right now, behind the Phillies, and just in front of his team.
Come on, Pete. 2-0 to Pete. Pete's working the count here a little bit. Nice strike. Suarez loves to work the lower part of the strike zone.
He's got 29 home runs in 96 stakes this year in 111 games.
Nice. Come on, Pete. Start it off. Ball 3. There we go.
Yeah, I got to talk to Pete Alonso before the game, and he said he feels like he's becoming more of a complete hitter now. He said he had more raw power in his rookie season when he broke all kinds of rookie records.
Pete.
But he said now he
Get
has
it done.
more control. He's making more solid contact. He said he tries to be a line drive hitter. It's just a bonus if it goes over the wall.
And Alonso pops it up foul. Full count. Triple Red Sox. All right. Beat up those Yankees. Make them miserable even more. Come on, Pete. Ball 4. Nice at bat. There we go. Darren Ruff coming to the plate.
To me, that's the difference in him. Stand on pitches, just missing a few, but being able to work that wall and not chase. I'm not a big analytical guy, but chase race and end zone swing, all those things do play for me from an analytics standpoint.
But you're not an analytical guy, but you like analytics.
Certain things.
Okay.
I should have made that point.
All right, Darren, let's go.
It's only 2 or 3 things I like.
Yeah, they're a little weird, but again, Cliff Floyd trying to help it out here, but
Oh, swing.
come on, Darren. See if he gets his first home run as a Met. All right, Trevor, have a good day, buddy. 0-2 to Darren.
Just something you want to have with every breakfast. Quickly 0-2 to Darren Ruff. acquired from the Giants on deadline day. Exchange for J.D. Davis and a trio of prospects. Journeyman from Omaha.
All right, fouled it off, staying alive.
I think this is what we need to give Billy Apple a lot of credit, a lot of love. What he's been able to do with his roster, add to it, bring in certain guys. Not disrupt the chemistry.
Boogeyman, I agree, man. Unfortunately, we get what we get. Unfortunately, that's what Major League Baseball does.
I think after the offseason that the Mets had.
Come on, Darren, base it.
You have Scherzer, Starling Marte, Mark Cannon, and Eduardo Escobar. They're seem poised to make a huge splash at the deadline. Fans are hoping for that, especially maybe at the catcher position, 0-2.
And that's outside, 1-2. He did not go. Again, you got to get rid of that garbage. Don't swing at that garbage there.
And instead, Daniel Vogelbach, Tyler Naquin, and Darren Ruff, three pieces who give Buck Showalter coaching staff so much flexibility.
Oh, yeah, get out. Get out. Fair ball. Yeah. All right, that's a double for Ruff. Second and third, nobody out. There we go. Well, Joe, because I was listening to the radio, and it's like extremely behind. Like it's, yeah, the radio is like 3-4 pitches behind the stream, and it sucks. I don't want to hear what's going on, then it happens 5 minutes later, and it's not fair for the people who are not who are watching the TV as well. So good start. We got 2 men in scoring position, just staying fair, I believe. Woo, just fair. Second and third, nobody out for Mark Cannon. Come on, let's go. This is where we get our runs here, guys.
So 2 in scoring position for Cannon.
Come on, Mark.
6 hits as a been doubles. He's got the crowd into it. Looks like he's
That's the new game.
I just don't understand that. I'm sure somebody.
Once again, guys, don't forget to please hit on that like button. The Mets are rallying right here. Second and third, nobody out in the bottom of the second. Mark Cannon up. Don't forget to hit on that like button, guys. The goal today is 200 likes. Let's get it done, guys. Come on. 245 in the stream. Got to get those likes up. Let's go.
This is good. I hear this.
Come on, Mark. Let's go. Get those runs in. Yeah, that's in the gap. And that is going to be a sac fly. Alonso is going to score. All right, tie game. There we go. There we go. Productive outs. I'll take it every day of the week. And Ruff goes to third base, by the way. So 2 productive base runs by the base runners. Mets tie the game. Back in the ball game. A line drive. Alonso did tag up. No problem there. 1-1 tie game. And Ruff did go to third base on the throw home. And Jeff McNeil's coming up, who's been very hot over the last week. Let's go. Still 1 out. Man on third. Mets can take the lead here with a base hit or a possible sac fly. I love Jeff McNeil in these spots. Yeah, you can't rewind and you can't replay the game until like an hour or 2 later, which is annoying. Come on, Jeff, base it. That's a ball. Mets are working. See, all of a sudden the Mets are working the count, and now they're starting to hit Ranger Suarez. 22 pitches. Had 7 pitches coming into this inning, so already a multi-pitch in and a double-digit pitch in and already. Jeff McNeil takes another ball. There we go. Let's go. I agree, KTO. I was trying to get it. I was trying to like update the app. Like rewind it and like close it and redo it, but it's still 3 2 to 3 pitches ahead, and it just doesn't go well with the Apple TV broadcast, unfortunately. Jeff ground ball
Into the glove of Hoskins.
and didn't get it done there. 2 outs. Didn't get the run home from third. Damn it.
Retires McNeil on his own for the second out.
Great defense, so it's a tough play. Obviously, and field in. You got to be able to move.
That wasn't a nice play. That wasn't great at from Jeff McNeil there with just 1 out. Not a good at bat, but Luis Guillorme is coming up
Top of the second inning and kind of ricocheted or ramped off of his
with 2 outs and a man on third.
Right under the armpit and scap area. That's just a speculating on as to why this is happening. But Guillorme is batting 281.
All right, Luis Guillorme, let's go.
And a huge player for him.
I don't know
Maybe the best infielder going
what happened to
base.
Escobar.
No matter where.
Something
He's
happened.
just so good.
So Escobar is out of the game. Luis Guillorme is pinch hitting. The announcers didn't say anything, but yeah, I don't know what happened to Escobar.
I can tell you one thing. This is the luxury a lot of managers don't have on their bench, right?
So that kind of hurts a little bit there. That is a ball, 2-0. You know, that actually hurts this lineup because a right-handed Escobar is very, very good. But, you know what, maybe he's not feeling well. Maybe, you know, he's a little under the weather. I don't know. Maybe he pulled something when going for that catch earlier in the inning. In the top of the second, we don't know. But Guillorme is up. Ground ball. And got him out. All right, so the Mets did not take the lead, but the Mets tie the game on a Mark Canha sacrifice fly with Alonso scoring to tie the game. So going to the top of the third, 1-1 Phillies and Mets. Once again, guys, don't forget to please hit on that like button. We got over 100 likes. That is good. The goal today is get over 200, and that is all up to you guys. Just so you guys know, Escobar came out of the game. We don't know why yet. Luis Guillorme had a pinch hit. That hurts because, again, you lose one bench guy off the bench early in the game, and also you lose that right-handed bat where Escobar this year, at the very least, if he hasn't done anything else, he's been a very good right-handed bat. And now you got to throw a lefty in the lineup, and that's not exactly what you want because Luis Guillorme is not very good against lefties, but you got to take what you can at this point and worry about Escobar to make sure he's okay. I didn't see anything on Twitter as of yet about Escobar, but let's see. Let me see. Have to think this is some sort of injury situation. We'll have an update when it's available. That's from Anthony DeComo. So just waiting for the game to come back from Apple TV. Once again, top of the third is coming up. Mets just tied the game on a sac fly from Mark Canha, bringing in Pete Alonso. Ruben, you can't bring in Vogie there because he's not a third baseman. So Luis Guillorme had to come into that ball game. Again, it hurts your bench a little bit. You know, not really defensively, but it helps your it does help defensively a little bit, but it doesn't really help the offense as much. But you still got Nate Queen, you got Vogie in there, you still got James McCann possibly at some point maybe. So the Mets have a bench, but you don't want to use you didn't want to use a guy so early in the game, but it is what it is. So Scherzer, again, struggling a little bit the first 2 innings, but found a way to only get it to 1 run. And you know what? That's what really good pitchers do. So it's going to the top of the third right now. I don't know what's going on. They're talking to Buck Showalter right now. Let's see what's going on.
Scott Berry is talking about Showalter. This is after visiting the Phillies side.
The score is 1-1, top of the third.
We do know that Luis Guillorme is into the game for Eduardo Escobar. We also saw that Ranger Suarez was having pitch-com issues.
So Buck Showalter is talking to the umpire and see what's going on. I don't know what's going on here. We'll find out. It looks like just checking up the lineup. I'm not sure.
And beyond that, Cliff, we also know that no small detail will escape Buck Showalter.
No, but Mark Canna is coming off the field.
I don't know what's going on. Mark Canna's coming off the field,
Figure this out.
and Naquin's coming in the ball game. I'm not sure what's going on here. I think I don't know what Mark Canna's doing.
Switching gloves, Canna's got positional versatility. Started the game in left field.
Canna, I think, is playing center. I don't know what's going on. Hold on. Let's find out. Okay, so Mark Canna is playing third base. Naquin's going to left field.
McNeil is out the game.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm gonna be quiet for a minute, okay?
Now, that was very good. You don't talk.
I'm not sure what's going on.
The PA system here at City Field as well, but it looks like he's taking grounders at third base. That's what we can tell.
And Guillorme's
He's at second.
Guillorme is at second, so something happened to McNeil as well. I think McNeil, when he tried to go down on his knees, running the first, his head did hit Hoskins' knee. So that might be the issue. And also, Escobar is hurt. So I don't think it's COVID. I think if you look at Jeff McNeil, he tried to slide away from Hoskins at first base, and then he hit his head. So that might be concussion protocol. Canna is playing third, Naquin's in left field. McNeil is out of the game, and Luis Guillorme is at second. So first pitch pop-up, Alonso catches it for 1 out. Canna is playing third base. Luis Guillorme moved to second, Naquin went to left field. So now the Mets only have Vogie and McCann on their bench.
Naquin in left, Canna moves from left to third. Escobar's out of the game. Guillorme pitch hit for him. Guillorme's now at second.
Again, I think it's concussion protocol for Jeff McNeil.
And Buck did tell us PreGame that he won't hesitate to make changes.
All right, Max, you got a quick one out there. That's good.
Well, I understand that, but I think when you have a home plate umpire go to the Phillies first,
It's going to be interesting. I'll tell you right now,
the Phillies call it.
having Canna at third base, I don't know. He was drafted as a third baseman. I know that.
That's my 2 cents.
So he is versatile, though. He can play it. Yeah, McNeil is out for concussion protocol. Like I said, he hit his head against Hoskins' knee when he slid halfway down the line to get away from the tag. So that's probably the big reason why. Nice pitch. And I think Escobar is actually hurt as well. So that's why Guillorme pitched it for him, and now he's in the game. So Guillorme at second, Canna at third, Naquin in left. A lot of lefties in the lineup now. And he strikes him out. 2 quick outs for Scherzer. All right, Max. Look, Max can get out of this with less than 55 pitches going to the fourth. Man, that's a nice quick inning to get him right back in this ball game pitch count wise. Lewis, what's up, buddy? All right, Scherzer's finding it now. His location's a lot better. Mark Cannon has no idea what he's doing. It's beautiful. Swishy, I'll let you know as soon as the inning's over. All right, quick 2 strikes on hole. Listen, Mark Cannon is a professional and he's a gamer. He will figure it out. Don't worry about that. Come on, Max. Quick inning here. Let's go. Get that offense back out there. Pitch on the outside corner, foul off by Hall. All right, that's a pop-up. Should end the inning. And it does. Quick inning for Max Scherzer, keeping him under 55 pitches in the third. Going to the bottom of the third. 1-1 is the score. Tomas Nido leading off. And once again, guys, Escobar came out of the game. He was pinch hit for in the bottom of the second for Luis Guillorme. We're not sure what happened with Escobar. But on top of that, in that same bottom of the second, McNeil slid to get away from the tag from Hoskins, and he hit his head against the knee of Hoskins. So concussion protocol. Automatically out of the game for that. So the Mets had to be a little unique here where Canna had to play third base, Guillorme had to go to second, and Naquin had to come into the ballgame. So the Mets used two of their bench guys in one inning. So they got two guys on the bench. They got Vogie, and now they have James McCann, who's the backup catcher. So, well, Vientos, we don't know about what's going to go on with McNeil could be fine. If Escobar is hurt and he's going on the IL, Vientos is probably the obvious choice. So we'll wait and see. Again, let's not get that crystal ball yet. We don't know. But again, I don't think McNeil is going to be out long. It's concussion protocol, so it's not the end of the world. You know, this happens more often than you think, especially nowadays. So, you know, again, it's not the huge loss. If Escobar is down, you bring up Vientos, see what he can do. But at this moment, we don't know what's wrong with Escobar. Again, he could just have, a 24-hour bug. He might be a little sick. Jeff McNeil hit his head against Hoskins' knee when he slid to get away from the tag. That's why he's out of the game. Concussion protocol. Escobar, apparently he's injured. He got pinch hit for Luis Guillorme in the bottom of the second. And now Luis Guillorme is at second base, in for McNeil. Marcana is playing third base, and now Naquin's in left field. But again, it's a 1-1 ball game going to the bottom of the third. And I'm not sure. Oh, the Mets they're showing August 12, 2000. Wow, the quality is terrible. When Benny Agbayani gave the ball to the fan and the run scored. Oh, boy. Zach Wilson got hurt. Oh, Jesus Lord. All right, guys. So bottom of the third, Mets, Phillies tied at 1. Tomas Nido leading off. So it's 9-1-2 for the Mets.
Got the number of outs in the inning. Accidentally gave the ball to a fan. And have you been there?
Yeah, I did it in Philly.
Oh, that must have been hilarious for you.
I needed earplugs for a week. And it moved me every time around.
To the bottom of the third, it's Tomas Nido. 9-1-2. Scheduled to face Suarez in the Met lineup, which is undergone some changes. Guillorme pitch hit from Escobar. Jeff McNeil came out of the game, so Tyler Naquin's going to bat in his spot.
All right, Tomas.
Right after Montana.
Get it done. They did switch up the lineup a little bit as well.
It's a 1-1 ball game here at Citi Field.
Come on, Tomas.
To your point of like Hart being able to go get a glove and be comfortable. You say he hasn't been there since 2016, but we always at batting practice see guys taking ground balls. We're like, look, don't go over there and get
Yeah, Mariano. If we win this game, just shows how good the Mets have been all year with everybody on their roster. Nido working the count, working the pitch count. I like it.
I know there was a lot lost in the frenzy.
True, but if you look at McNeil's head, it looks like a whiplash situation. So sometimes that could be worse. I think so, Mariana. No, Nido with the full count. Here we go.
Not just what they could presence in the clubhouse as well.
It's been huge, but also the versatility, right?
I always love Nito's at bats.
To have that
Come on, Tomas.
is huge.
And he strikes out on a full count pitch.
Suarez
1 out.
punches Nito's ticket.
Nice pitch on the inside corner to strike out Nito.
Proceed to your confusion or just all the changes that were taking place for Buck Showalter.
No, Steven, confusion is the correct response here because I was sitting right here next to that dugout and players didn't seem to know what was going on and neither did
So look at they just showing a McNeil slide. His head did hit the knee pretty hard, and it went to the side. So I'm not really sure why he did that, but he did. All right, Brandon Nimmo leading off. Coming up now, 1 out in the third. Tie game ball game, 1-1.
Yeah, it was a bit of a weird play up the line between McNeil and Hoskins.
And Nimmo fouls it off.
It's the lead on man. Nimmo fouls go back into the line 0-2. So now with all the changes, the Mets bench got short in a hurry.
Come on, Brandon. Let's go. Takes the ball. Come on, Brandon. And Nimmo flags it right to Segura for the second out.
Secaucus, New Jersey, whipping around with LG Red in the studio. What's happening?
Well, Nelly, this is a place where dreams come true. Naturally, out to our nation's capital, Juan Soto. Yes, walked up to the plate for the first time in front of his former team's fans to a standing ovation. All smiles there. Unfortunately, though, if you're a fan of the Padres, he's 0 for 2 at the dish so far. That game can also be seen on Apple TV+. Meanwhile, out to Fenway Park. All rise. I don't know.
Yeah, I hope Zach's okay too.
That's Aaron Judge off of Nathan Eovaldi for his 46th
Let's hope not.
this season. He now has an 11-homer lead.
All right, so there's 2 outs
this season, fellas and ladies.
in the bottom of the third for the Mets. Starling Marte is up.
Katie Mullen, the diehard Red Sox fan, did not like that last day. Here's Starling Marte. Up the bases empty, 2 out in the third. He flew out in the first inning.
It is so fun to see.
Come on, Starling.
Adjustments, Aaron Judge, and how the bat is going through the zone. He's going to hit 65-70.
Nice pitch by Suarez.
He's going to hit 65-70. You know why?
Damn, Joe, you were pumped for the Jets too.
I want to see you. I want to see you.
That pitch to
Well,
best attack the best.
that 65-70 is what you're going to see.
All right, 1-2 count coming to Marte with 2 outs in the third.
You said something.
Well, stares at ball 2. Count level.
Mike White is going to be the saving grace for the Jets. That's crazy. Come on, Starling.
Marte picked it up.
Ground ball should end the inning,
Ground ball to Bone.
and he does.
Suarez.
So the Mets do nothing in the bottom of the third, going to the top of the fourth. Mets, Phillies tied at 1. Phillies with 5 hits. The Mets with just 1 hit so far. Ranger Suarez is pitching well. As I said, he is a pitcher that can be very annoying to hit against. He's not – don't just look at the ERA for some pitches. Sometimes you got to look at the overall pitcher. He's a unique pitcher who likes to work the outer parts of the plate, and if you swing at those pitches, he doesn't throw a lot of strikes. He throws a lot of garbage, but if you're swinging at him, he's going to keep on throwing them. Well, Cloudy, you play your guys. A lot of teams did. I mean, it's unfortunate. He ran and just got hurt. And when it's a non-contact injury, that's what you worry about. Sorry, guys. I just got like 30 texts from my dad, considering that he's watching a Jet game. He's a big Jet fan. So he's like, "Are you effing kidding me? Wilson's hurt." So my dad's not happy either, guys. Yes, the Old Timers game is Saturday the 26th. It is a night game, so you're gonna be. It's. I think they're gonna have everything starting around 3 o'clock with the festivities and all that. 3:30, I believe. So make sure you check time to get there. Not just because the game starts at 7, they might do things at 6. It might be a long day. All right, top of the fourth, Mets Phillies tied at 1. A lot of changes for the Mets. Naquin had to go to left. McNeil in concussion protocol, hitting his head against Hoskins' knee. Escobar came out of the game for an apparent injury. Guillermo's the second. Mark Canha, that's right, Mark Canha at third base, and Naquin in left field. Mets bench is very weak limited right now with Vogie and James McCann. Gene Segura is leading off at the top of the field. 53 pitches for Scherzer. Uh-oh. And that's a pop-up. 1 out. There we go. Quick out. Mark Canha is a gamer, guys.
Buck, you lost Eduardo Escobar and Jeff McNeil. What can you share with us?
Nothing. No.
I love Buck.
Had a little something with his side. Escobar been trying to get ahead of it before it turned into something, before he swung with it. And Jeff cut at the top of his finger on his, I believe it was his throwing hand.
Okay, so Jeff, it's not concussion protocol. He cut his finger and was bleeding a lot, so he had to go in for stitches.
He's got some versatile pitchers.
So, once again, McNeil not in concussion protocol. Buck Showalter just said, cut on the finger, which probably requires stitches. He was bleeding, so he had to come out of the game. And Escobar had a little issue with his side and came out of the game. So, might not be serious injuries, guys.
And we had a couple of options. Mark's played third base, first base some, and we have some other options. We want to leave the middle of the infield with people who are that handle the ball a lot.
Let's go.
It's also nice to have Max Scherzer. What do you think from him?
Max is Max. You know, he competes. He's a baseball player that happens to be a pitcher.
Okay, thanks, Buck.
We appreciate it.
All right, Max, let's go. And he strikes out Marsh for the second out. Scherzer's finding it. Again, just like every great pitcher, if you don't get to him early, they find it usually. Yeah, the Jets have no luck. Okay, so it looks like Hoskins stepped on his finger that caused the cut on McNeil's hand.
So hopefully it's not something any more serious. It just needs to be fixed up.
So it doesn't look like any Escobar or McNeil injury is serious, which is good. So Max Scherzer came into this inning with 52 pitches. He's on 58 right now. So another quick inning would be very nice against Vealing with 2 outs. And he pops it up. It's shallow. And couldn't get there. Ball was popped up in no man's land. Naquin ran as hard as he could to get there, but did not get there for a 2-out single.
Typically on those full hacks.
Naquin was playing pretty deep, of course, with 2 outs, but you can't do nothing about that.
He had a long way to go to get to that ball and came up short.
You know, unfortunately, you got to go through the top of the order again. You want to get out of that inning like that, but it is what it is. Scherzer's got to get through stop now. And another blue hit. Jesus Christ. Wow. That sucks. 2 blue hits. First and third with 2 outs.
So a couple of little duck snorts for the Phils has it cooking.
It's amazing when you come in off the bench, right? It's called finders. These balls out there messing with Tyler.
Again, with 2 outs, your outfield is going to play deep, but he just missed it. But I love the hustle from Naquin. But right now,
Still,
Phillies got up Hoskins, strikeout guy, but a dangerous batter. Unfortunately, Scherzer's got to throw a couple more pitches now. Now he's at 60 pitches through 4. Again, he can still go 6 innings with no issue. But let's see if he can get out of this with no runs. Come on, Max, let's go. Throwing good pitches. Just what can you do? Oh, Ruben, I wouldn't call it small ball. It's just you hit it where they ain't. That's baseball.
You get knocks.
Come on, Max.
Stott going to second. Neto won't throw there. He will try.
Ooh, almost got him at third. Stott sold second, so they got 2 men in scoring position.
As is Stott, second and third.
But again, Scherzer usually can bear down in this spot here and just not let him score. He does have a strikeout guy at the plate in Hoskins.
Yes.
Hoskins driven in 10 his last 17 games. There's a chance for a pair here more.
And he pops it up. Another bloop. I think Nimmo got it, call it, and he got it. Woo. Almost another disaster bloop that almost fell in, but Nimmo got it. And once again, Scherzer gets out of jam. Every inning except for the third, Scherzer was in trouble with runners on. But once again, great pitches find a way to do things. And you know what? The Phillies are leaving a lot of men on base here. They're giving the Mets opportunity to get the lead in this ball game. Mets got to take advantage of it. Once again, guys, the Mets will have up 3, 4, 5. Lindor, Alonso, Ruff. The middle of the order, the big part of the order. They got to do some damage here. Got to try to hit Suarez a little bit. We're down a few guys. The bench is limited, so Mets got to take advantage here. The Marlins are leading. Thank you, Anthony. I was just about to say that. I just checked it right now. Marlins are beating Atlanta 2-1 in Miami in the top of the 5th. So that's good news so far. Let's see if we can continue that. But right now, guys, most important thing right now, Mets, Phillies tied at 1. The Phillies had numerous opportunities to basically break open this game. Let's be honest. They could have easily scored a couple of runs and make it a 3, 4, 5-run inning or a 5-run lead, and they haven't done that. And the Phillies, just like the Mets, have been getting big RBIs throughout the last couple of weeks, and both teams have been hot. But right now, both teams are struggling. Even though the Phillies are getting people on base, Scherzer has been keeping them from scoring. So, with that said, the Phillies are giving the Mets the opportunity to keep in that ball game, and the Mets can take advantage of it. And the Mets, over the last month, have been taking advantage of teams not taking advantage of the Mets' mistakes and the runners on base. And if you don't give the Mets more chances, that's basically what you know of this year. You know, again, with Zach Wilson, when you don't see a contact and it's a no contact injury, you worry about an ACL easily. So again, it could have just been he buckled his knee. You know, sometimes you might, you feel a little something, ouch, turn your ankle. So Mets line 1 run, 1 hit. Phillies line 1 run, 7 hits with many men left on base. Lindor leading off, the bottom of the 4th, tied at 1.
He's been that great in all facets.
Come on, the Phillies are giving us a chance to take the lead in this ball game. Let's get it done.
Helped the Mets to their second best start in franchise history through 112 games, 73 wins. Second only to 75 win run in 1986.
Come on, Frankie.
Which ended up being a great year.
And that's a base hit. There we go. Lead off base hit for Lindor. There we go. With Alonso coming up. Let's go. You want that? No. I'll give you Tony Romo with a boot. Suarez pitch count? Good question. That is a good question. It is 45 right now. So he got a very good pitch count. Again, the Mets in the first 2 innings were swinging at a lot of pitches.
Ranger Suarez has held them to just one hit, one run. What are you seeing for
So let's hope that the Mets can just get a couple more runs off of him. And Scherzer can easily go 6 innings, so that's not too much of an issue.
Thank you, Heidi. Appreciate it, Ron Thompson.
Come on, Pete, let's go. This is the inning right here to score some runs. Phillies gave us opportunity to stay in this ball game. That's bad.
Moved up to third on a long double from Darren Ruff.
Come on, Pete.
Sack fly from Canada.
Nice little home run over the wall would be nice. Ooh, missed that pitch. Woo-hoo.
Missed on 95. That single from Lindor, the first loud contact, hard hit baseball against Suarez tonight.
Come on, Pete.
What Met fans were looking for to begin the bottom of the fourth inning.
Christian loves Heidi. Let's go. I don't need a home run here. I'll take a base hit. Put some pressure on Suarez.
He's now reached base in 19 straight and 30 of his last 31 games overall.
Continuing to throw to first base. Again, the Phillies left many men on base in the first 4 innings of the game, giving the Mets the opportunity to take advantage of that and take a lead here.
Yeah, I mean, you just saw what to make deal as well. I'd wear 2, keep a third one ready. Yeah, well.
And Alonso fouls it off on an outside fastball.
On the hands, itch on the hands. Just want to specify. It's great to see what we saw before the game as well. So Kirby there talking with Lindor.
Come on, Pete.
Suarez has Alonso 1-2.
Good eye, good eye. Don't swing at that garbage.
Watch ball 2.
2-2 count to Pete Alonso. Lindor got a leadoff single in the bottom of the fourth with nobody out. Tied at 1.
It's the 1st of May. Alonso's OPS at 942. 290 batting average.
Come on, Pete. Let's go.
25 dingers and 79 driven in. Really impressive.
Oh! That ball is not a strike.
Suarez has his second
Not, that was out. That was inside. Inside. Sorry. But, you know what? We got the call. That ball was definitely off. It was close. It was on, according to the pitch track, it touched maybe the black, but it looked inside. But you got to protect your 2 strikes, though. Too close to take. All right. Darren Ruff is up with 1 out. Lindor on first. Ruff got a double 2 innings ago in the second. McNeil and Escobar out of the game, Todd. Not serious injuries, though. McNeil got a bad cut on his hand from a cleat, and Guillaume just had a little bit of a side issue. So it's not terrible injuries.
What Major League Baseball does, it's one of the more powerful scenes in the sport each and every year.
It's unbelievable. It's so great. People look forward to it. And it's great to see MLB and all the fans show a lot of love.
Because it's a wrench disease that has touched everybody, all of us, in some way, shape,
All right, come on, Ruff. Let's go. Good eye, good eye.
Together in that moment and honor our loved ones like that. In Mets case, their beloved first base coach is beyond special. 1 out and a runner on first base.
Come on, Darren. Let's go.
Darren Ruff.
Good eye, good eye.
3 inside.
3-1 count.
Highlighting the additions.
Let's take a peek. Balls off the plate in. He had a great.
That'll affect the scorecard for Scott Berry.
It was just unfortunate. I mean, yes, they're human. They ain't gonna miss pitches, but
All right, there's a nice count for Ruff here to take advantage of it. Double play ball.
Stop. Goes the second for 1. They try to turn 2.
And they do.
Hoskins scoops it in.
That ends the inning. Nice turn by the Phillies to end the inning. So the Mets did not get anything going here in the bottom of the fourth, going to the top of the fifth. Mets Phillies tied at 1. The Phillies will have up 3-4-5. Bohm, Realmuto, Castellanos, with Scherzer still on the mound. Mets didn't get it done in the fourth with the middle part of the lineup. Again, Phillies have had many men on base, but couldn't drive them in. Sooner or later, they might get something done here. So you got to be careful here. The Mets, only with 2 base hits in the game, can hit Ranger Suarez. And I said this before the game. Suarez, with his heavy sinker and he's a pitcher who likes to throw balls knee high and lower. He's a guy that's definitely tough to hit. It's not easy to lift the ball against him. And too many people, and some people in the chat even said, oh, Suarez is not a good pitcher. That is wrong. Just don't look at the ERA and just go, okay, we don't know about, with earned run average, how did those runs happen? Could it have been a bad play that might have not been called an error? Ranger Suarez is a solid pitcher. He reminds me a little bit of like a Taijuan Walker. Not great, but can throw gems every now and then. And I think he's a very good pitcher. And he's average ERA-wise. But, again, the Mets we already know is not great against lefties. We got some help when Ruff came here. But, again, we all praising Vogie and Naquin and Ruff. These guys are 220 hitters. Don't expect them to, be world beaters just because we put Ruff in against a left-hander because he kills left-handers. That means absolutely nothing. He's a good pitcher. And again, when a Mets team that don't hit lefties as well as righties, it's going to show. And then with Escobar out of the game with that right-handed bat, now a lefty Guillaume, well, you add an extra lefty in there, and he's pitched well. And he's really good. So going to the top of the fifth, it's a tie ball game, 1-1. The Phillies have many men on base, but could not get the go-ahead run at this point. But they got up Bohm, Realmuto, Castellanos in the top of the fifth with Scherzer on the mound. Here we go.
Max Scherzer starts off.
I will be right back.
Begin the 5th inning. Kicked off the scoring in the first with an RBI single. Mets tied it. The Canisac fly in the second. Stays alive. Really, his evolution is quite remarkable when you consider what happened earlier in April. We talked about this last week, but Ball playing third base, 3 errors the first 3 innings of a game. It's caught on camera. Snake Vote, I believe, in Hank Displays talking about Philadelphia as booze right down on him. And after the game, Cliff, he didn't run from it, didn't try to create a story about something else. He said, yeah, I said it. Did I mean it? No. It was a frustrating night for me. You can understand. And then with the next night, an ovation from the fans in Philly. And he has taken a challenging 2021.
All right, 68 pitches for Scherzer in the 5th.
Of his baseball life there in the 12th game this year, and opted to grow through them instead of go through them, which isn't easy to do.
But the key is ownership, right? That's first and foremost. That's stepping up. And you look at some of the problems he was having, they were all mental, right? Some of these fielding errors were just, maybe should have put him in his back pocket on some of these throws. Maybe he was thinking too much. And now you see him just catching and throwing and keeping it simple.
So, Bohm putting a nice at bat together, working that pitch count of Scherzer. 70 pitches.
Perfect game bid alive last Friday, and then another spectacular play a few days later. And Rob Thompson said what happened that night in April, it may have changed the course of his career. He is battling.
Nice at bat for Bohm right here. Not a good sign for Scherzer with his pitch count right now. Again, there's no doubt that Scherzer can throw 105 pitches. No doubt about it. So he's got 30 to 35 pitches to work with here. But his pitch count's going up there with Bohm just fouling pitches off, not making it easy for Scherzer.
Because of the universal DH. So typically when you struggle like that defensively, they'll just see you down AAA and you can work on it down there. But the talent plays.
I think also Philadelphia
9 pitch at bat for Bohm. Nice at bat, no matter what happens in this at bat here.
Their fans are supportive and passionate, sure, but they want you to
ground ball, nice play by Lindor. And he gets him. Nice long throw for the first out of the 5th. Nice play with the backhand and the strong throw by Lindor. 10 pitch at bat for Bohm. 73 pitches for Scherzer in the 5th.
To his right. Got him with the backhand. And a long throw to retire Bohm.
Step and thrown. Nice strong arm.
Throw right on the money.
What's up, Stevie? Yep, I'll take Scherzer for 6 innings with 1 run. I'll take that. No problem.
There's a story on MLB.com this week that said Francisco Lindor.
All right, Real Muto up with 1 out in the 5th.
Which I think would be hard to imagine.
Again, what the Phillies are doing here, they are swinging early in counts, but after they don't get their pitch in the, get their hit in the first 1 or 2 pitches, they start working the count, which has been working well against Scherzer so far.
This is low for a ball. And Showalter had it in mind. Beginning spring training, I'm going to talk to Francisco Lindor. I'm just going to try and settle him down. Tell him what my expectations are for him, what I want him to work on. And what told us today, Lindor beat him to it. He met with him and said, hey, I was
Where was
trying
that
to
pitch?
be everything to everybody. Not just on the team, but for the organization, but for the
That's awesome, KT. That's awesome. They beat Jersey.
I'm not going to worry about peripheral stuff.
Come on, Max. Let's go.
So I'm just going to play shortstop.
Well, the thing
All
is,
right, fouled it off.
his mindset worked in Cleveland. So he did
78
everything
pitches
for everybody
with 1 out in the 5th.
for stars. So you're thinking, well, my game travels. So I'm going to take it to New York and Queens and be the same guy.
Right, because in Cleveland, it ran through him. He was the leader. He was the spokesperson. He was the defensive specialist. He was
Ground ball right to Canna.
At third base.
And he gets it done with a nice throw to first base. There we go. Who said Canna can't play third base?
Man, my speech, but Francisco, he stole my thunder.
Beautiful.
He cut
They
to
have a fun relationship, those two.
yeah, mountain visits for Showalter. Lindor can get a little handsy. Another look at Canna at first. Action at third base in 6 seasons.
All right, 2 outs with 79 pitches. 1 out count to Castellanos with 2 outs in the 5th.
Against the Mets. Came into this one batting .292 with a couple of runs his last 6 games against New York.
Nice. Can't hit that slider. Woohoo! If we win, yes, we can.
You see that average over in the left. Last 6 games.
I take 6 innings with 1 run. And he struggled in this game and still went 6 innings with 1 run. Nice pitch. Thank you. We got a call. Thank you. And I know game day is already saying strikeout, but Apple's behind. And he strikes him out. Big 5th inning for Max Scherzer. That 10 pitch at bat for Bohm hurt him a little bit, but there is no doubt about it. He is definitely going 6 innings, and that's what we want. And yes, DeGrom is going on Saturday, and they just said that Chris Bassett's going on Sunday. It could have been anybody. Could have been Peterson and could have been Carrasco, but they're going with Bassett on regular day rest. You don't know that, Mariana, because as good as Harper is, he struggles against the Mets more often than not. So I'm not going to go crazy about that. But again, the Phillies faced the Mets when they weren't 100%. Yes, that is the MVP. Yes, they're Mitch and Schwarber, but they got good guys in that lineup that could not get runners in scoring position. So no matter injuries or not, it's no excuse. The Mets didn't have DeGrom for the whole year. Didn't have Scherzer for 7 weeks. Marte and McNeil missed games during the West Coast trip. So it is what it is. And you play with the guys you have. Well, let's see. Because, listen, if Scherzer has a quick inning in the 6th, he might come out for the 7th. But, listen, you got a rested bullpen. So if you want the 7th, you can go with Lugo. You can go with May. And then you can put Lugo in the 8th, and you know who's coming in the 9th if the Mets are leading. But right now, Suarez has been, for the most part, pitching better than Scherzer. But, again, Scherzer has been keeping it to 1 run, and that's all you can ask for a guy who just clearly didn't have it much today. And with the injuries that McNeil and Escobar coming out of the game, you got a limited bench. If the Mets win this ball game, that is a great performance from this Mets team, knowing that they basically had to throw their bench out there because of a couple of non-threatening injuries. And if you guys don't know about Timmy Trumpet, he is actually going to be at Citi Field in one of the games on the weekend playing the trumpets, playing the Narco song live at Citi Field at some point. So that's kind of funny and weird in my opinion, but hey, it will be fun. But here we go, bottom of the 5th. Mets, Phillies tied at 1. The Mets are going to have up Canna, Naquin, and Guillorme. 6, 7, 8. Let's go. And once again, guys, don't forget to hit on that like button. And 56 pitches for Suarez. So Suarez's pitch count is very reasonable right now.
That affects the National League postseason picture is that Fernando Tatis Jr. of the San Diego Padres has been suspended 80 games for a positive PED test. The Padres released a statement relayed by our friend Mark Feinsand. We were surprised and extremely disappointed to learn that Fernando Tatis Jr. tested positive for.
And just so everybody knows, the Padres' statement about Tatis, don't let them fool you. They weren't surprised. They knew probably before the deadline that he had a positive test. Nope, the Braves did just tie it. I just saw it pop up on the app on game day.
That Fernando will learn from this experience.
Come on, Mark. Let's go. Start it off.
Tatis said that was inadvertent.
Canna, this might fall for a base hit. It's not. Damn, he hit it harder than I thought. 1 out.
And so Tatis inadvertently took medication to treat ringworm.
Tito, apparently, they're okay. It doesn't seem like any serious injuries. But Vientos might be on here. You never know. Very, very soon. And why not? Give him a chance. It's about time. Well, I don't consider Tatis the best shortstop in the game until he actually plays on the field. He hasn't played in over a year. And he's not playing this year either. And he won't be eligible for the playoffs even after 80 games. So it's not happening.
And he's young, and I understand that. And I'm not saying you can't live life. There's things you just don't do.
Yeah, Ken, exactly. All right, so Tyler Naquin is up. Again, he came in for Canna, who played in third base, who came in for Escobar, and Luis Guillorme came in for McNeil because of small injuries. And Naquin ground ball to short, and quick 2 outs. No offense
when you do stupid
much
things,
offense from either team, even though the Phillies had many men on base. The Mets just can't hit Suarez right now.
Signed to be the face of this franchise, to take our team on your back and be like, gotta take us to the promised land and win us.
Luis Guillaume coming up in the bottom of the fifth with 2 outs.
That caused him to be hurt in the first place, too.
Absolutely.
The accident.
Absolutely. There's things you just don't do. You know, and look, there's a lot of things in my career I wanted to do, but I was like, hey, I'll holler at y'all later. I just can't do that right now. You know? And it's hard to talk about because, you know, when you make moves like AJ Preller did to better the team, you expect him to get a guy back.
Yeah, he's a good arm, absolutely. And that's a base hit down the line. It's only going to be a single because he was playing the line to left fielder, so that is a 2-out hit for Luis Guillaume, bringing up Tomas Nido with 2 outs.
And it's just the same. That's just always about just being ready, right? Stand on the bench, understanding that your name might get called. You can't be in the clubhouse messing around. You can't be around.
Once again, guys, don't forget to please hit on that like button. We got 240 in the stream right now with around 130 likes right now. I believe that's what it is. Where are we? 127. Goal is to get to 200 before the game's over. Let's make it happen, guys. Help me out. Let's go. 2 outs, 1 on. Tomas Nido at the plate.
Escobar with ailments that took him out early. Here's Nido. Found the way 0-2. He has been the starting catcher for all but 3 of Scherzer's starts this season.
Buck told us, though, Scherzer not picky. He'll do it to, you know, whatever catcher he's got to work with. Which he says is rare.
Yeah, usually in private, they'll tell you, hey.
Come on, Tomas. And they call the strike. That's it inside. That is another freaking ball off the plate. That wasn't even close. And they call strike 3 on that. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, top of the 6th. Mets, Phillies tied at 1. Scherzer will be coming out. Coming up in this top of the 6th, they will have Hall, Segura, and Marsh. 6, 7, and 8 with Scherzer coming back. Scherzer came out of the game, out of the 5th inning. I believe it was 82 pitches, if I'm not mistaken, or 81 pitches through 5 innings. So, again, if he has a quick inning here, he possibly could come out for the 7th and have the bullpen ready to go. But, again, if he can get through 6 innings when he struggled the rest of the game, the whole game, and found a way to only give up 1 run, I'll take it. Todd, you never know. You know, you got to remember, the drug testing is random, so it's not like he gets tested every single day. So, you know, that it's possible. You know, again, nobody really knows what, you know, for all we know, I guarantee you they tested Aaron Judge about 100 times already this year for what he's doing. Listen, it happens, right? Again, the Mets are not a great team against lefties, and the Mets just don't have it tonight with the bats. It happens, but at the end of the day, you got a pitcher in Scherzer keeping you in the ball game, and all you need is 1 swing in the bat to change the ball game. Max, well, no, we're not okay with the bullpen taking over here, but you're not gonna have a choice, right? It's just the way the cards are dealt in this ball game. It just happens, you know. And listen, you got a rested bullpen. You got all your big games, big arms in the bullpen. And if you know what Buck Showalter has done throughout the season, he wants the first game of a series. He always plays for the first win of the series. So you're going to see the big boys coming out of the bullpen. But again, 82 pitches for Scherzer in the 6th. He gets out of this quickly. maybe with 94, 95 pitches, he might come out for the 7th. You never know. Like Bassett did the other night. Scherzer coming in, top of the 6th.
39 total pitches to get back on track. I mean, as if there was ever a question about first ballot Hall of Famer. For me, he's one of the greatest competitors this game has.
And that is a ground ball. And he gets him. Oh, that was a close play at first. The ball kind of skipped over Luis Guillorme's glove, kind of almost tried to get him out at first base. But it looked like he was safe at first base, so a leadoff hit for. Yeah, I got a lot of these hits today. I don't know if he was safe, but we'll see. Yes, he was. He was safe. Again, maybe Guillorme should have let that go, and Canada could have got it on a hop, and it would have been an easy out. But again, it happens. You know, I never fault effort, and Guillorme tried it. But let's go here. Nice double play ball can help out Scherzer's pitch count here. No, sure. Look, you got a couple of blue pits. Again, I never call blue pits lucky. I just think you hit them where they ain't, and that's baseball. And yeah, if Guillorme didn't go for it again, I'm not going to kill anybody for making an effort. But if Guillorme let that ball go, kind of gets it, it's easy out. But what can
this year fits.
Ground ball. Here's a double play.
Steps on second for one, throws to first.
Make the call. Let's go. There we go. Double play. I think Alonso kept it up, foot on the bag. Big double play there.
Ron Colton, the crew chief, at their baseline staring at Rob Thompson in the Phillies dugout to see what they want to do, and then to look at the play. Of course,
he's out. He's on the bag. He's out. Oh, he might be off the bag. All right, they're not challenging the call. 2 outs. They don't want to challenge, so 2 outs. And a pop-up could end the inning rather quickly. Yes. Quick 3 innings, 88 pitches. Scherzer's coming out for the 7, guaranteed. So that was a great inning, quick inning, 88 pitches. He's coming out for the 7, guaranteed. That is a good quick inning that we needed there, and a big double play right there. I'm surprised Thompson didn't challenge that call. I mean, why save a challenge? It's the later innings. You know, that could be the difference between 1 out and 2 outs. But, Scherzer finds a way to go through 7 innings here. As tough the time as he had, man, that's just a great start from a great pitcher. Just that simple. Sorry, guys. My dad's texting me. All right. Got to get some runs. It's just that simple. Got the top of the order up. Got to get it done here. Got to get some runs here. Once again, guys, don't forget to please hit on that like button. 246 constantly in the stream right now. Don't forget to please hit on that like button. If you're working, if you're hanging out on a Friday night, please take a second to hit on that like button. It's important, not just during the stream, but after the stream when a lot of people, I mean, you have a couple of thousand people that replay or at least watch some of the stream. So it's important to keep it at the top of the list for recommended videos on YouTube, so I appreciate that. Clint, I don't know. I only knew yesterday that Schwarber got hurt, and I don't know what I saw. I think it was on the Phillies Twitter account, that Schwarber might miss this entire series. I don't know if that's just precaution or they're not sure. They're putting him on the IL. I'm not sure. Yeah, Lindor made a nice play there. And again, he made that strong throw in the hole and then made sure he took it himself and made a strong throw to first base. A little wide, but Alonso was big enough and tall enough to stay on that bag, supposedly. But we'll take it. Going to the bottom of the sixth. Top of the order for the New York Mets. Game still tied at 1. Suarez dealing with only 66 pitches. Ball 1 and 2. Let's go.
It's Nimmo, Marte, and Lindor. Let's call the ball. That was close.
Blindbeard, I appreciate that, man. And he is underrated around the league for sure.
The evolution of players on both sides of this matchup. And one that stood out to Buck Showalter is that of Brandon Nimmo this year. The next step for him in his career was becoming an everyday player. And he's done that in 2020.
Could be an oblique, Ryan. Could be.
Caught his coaches and teammates by surprise at times, emerging as
Come on, Brandon. Start it off.
Success. That's what I was trying to say. You do that to you, right? Like you have a little bit of it and start feeling good. You're a good table setter, and you get on base.
Need that table setter in Nimmo. Round ball right to second. Damn it.
The right side. Take his
One
time
out.
and throw him out.
Jesus.
Let's finally answer tonight's trivia question. Earlier, told you to ask Siri.
88 pitch up, and here comes Apple being annoying. Okay, I go to the Phillies. He can win the Gold Glove for sure, Ethan. Oh, I think Scherzer's coming out for the 7th. I don't know if he's going to finish the 7th, but he's definitely coming out. 88 pitches. Chris Bassett went above and beyond. There's no doubt Scherzer's going to pitch the 7th and probably can throw 105 pitches probably. Yeah, well, Suarez is a ground-out machine. It's hard to lift the ball against him. The Mets are trying to take hacks to lift the ball. You got to take this guy the other way. You got to try to get base hits against him. You're not trying to hit the home run. Because his ball is heavy. He throws a heavy sinker.
Marte came into tonight batting .322 since the beginning of July.
Ground ball, tough play. Nice play by Bone. Nice play. But it was a nice play, but he was playing in, so it wasn't like he was playing back. If he was playing back, it would have been a harder play. He was playing in for a bunt, so. But that was not an easy play. Getting somewhat blocked by Suarez. But Bone was playing in, but a really nice play. No problem for him. Oh, Ian, my former high school teacher. No problem, Mr. Permagovich. How you doing, buddy? Glad you tuned in. See, I got one of my high school teammates on baseball and Mr. Firm, my history teacher in high school. How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Come on, Frankie.
And the other day, Ball made the defensive highlight. T-Mac. Tom McCarthy gave it right back. I love that. That's what the rivalry is about. In all facets.
Yeah, well, again, you're going to get a lot of groundouts from Suarez with his heavy sinker. If you notice, a lot of his pitches, his good pitches are below the knees. The Mets are trying to lift it, and when you try to lift the ball, that especially a hard sinker, you're going to ground it. You're going to get a ground out. It's just that simple.
This is exciting.
It seems like another run's going to win this ball game the way both pitchers are pitching.
Second and third best records.
But one swing at it back, you change it all. Another ground ball, but off the foot of Lindor. 1-2 with 2 outs.
They're playing each other for the first time since May 29th. 75 days, and that was before the dismissal of Joe Girardi. So from the Mets standpoint, they're seeing a vastly different Phillies team, even without Bryce Harper, yes. And for the Phillies, the detractors of Philadelphia during this 40-20 run under Thompson.
Oh, nice catch.
Suarez, you got to stop it.
Well, a nice catch. Hit hard, but Suarez threw out the glove and gets the third out. The Mets didn't do anything with 1, 2, 3 in the lineup. Going to the top of the seventh. Still no score. There's no doubt Scherzer's coming out with only 80, coming in for the seventh with only 88 pitchers. So definitely gonna see him start the inning. The Phillies will have up 9-1-2. So Vierlin got a bloop hit in the fifth inning, I believe. Stott had some 2 hits in the game, has hit Scherzer well. Hoskins got a hit, but also has a strikeout. So 9-1-2 for the Phillies with Scherzer pitching, coming out for the seventh with 88 pitches. Oh, yeah, look, if anybody thought this was going to be a walk in the park for the Mets, you were drastically mistaken. The Phillies have been playing well for well over a month and a half, probably even longer. And we haven't played the Phillies since I think they fired Girardi. That was the same time when the Mets played them. But ever since then, the Phillies have played very well. And they cut down on the errors, which was the big bugaboo for them early in the season. Again, we'll see their bullpen. They didn't make many additions in the bullpen. They got Robinson to help them out a little bit. Their bullpen's still somewhat of an issue, but they've been playing better. Blind Bear, we always have a chance to win the game. It's the way I see it. Todd accidentally took something. Look, if you're a professional ball player playing millions of dollars, having the best nutritionists, the best doctors in the world, a doctor that he sees for, ringworm, I'm assuming the doctor knows who he is, and he's not going to no quack. The doctor, and listen, if you're going to take any type of pill or medicine given to a non-team doctor, just go to the union and say, can I take this? There's a list of stuff you can't take. So it's always on the player. No matter if he didn't know or not, it's on the player. You're responsible. You're an adult. All right? For 1 pitch, 1 out. There we go. That's what we like.
Scherzer threw just six pitches in the 6th inning. He's off to another fast start here in the 7th. One Phillies giving him the most difficulty is the leadoff batter Bryson Stott. In this spot in the order for the first time.
So that was 1 pitch, 1 out. I'll take it.
The injured Kyle Schwarber. He's getting treatment on the strained calf.
Yeah, but what was in that ringworm medication was a banned substance. It's just that simple. ADHD is an actual medical condition.
Best case scenario,
ringworm can be treated, but you have to know what you're putting in your body. I'm sorry, you're a professional player. You got to know what's going on. I'm sorry. You just have to. And come on, you don't think you know what he was taking? Come on. You got the best doctors in the world. All you have to do is go to a team doctor and say, can you check, make sure this is not on the banned substance? That's it. It's just lack of awareness. These guys think they're better than everybody else, thinking they're never going to get caught. And then when they get caught, they act stupid. Nice pitch by Scherzer.
Stott's had some clutch moments. A couple walk-offs. Winning blast, right?
Also rarely goes
exactly, Mr. Fern. Absolutely. 100%.
I think for a young player, shows that he's got the ability to bounce back.
Ground ball, base hit up the middle, right over Scherzer's head. With 93 pitches, man on first. Stott has just killed Scherzer today. Can't get him out.
And to that end, Katie.
Well, Toucan, I mean, the Phillies had every opportunity to score runs, and they still haven't. So I think you have to give a little bit more credit to the Scherzer pitching than the Phillies not getting any runs. They have more opportunities than the Mets.
Not going back to back with first.
If I'm the Phillies, I keep in Suarez as much as I can.
Right, like
His pitch count's low.
not being afraid to hit with 2 strikes, sit back and just stay in the middle of the field. Have some success. Got right, guys. See, nailed it. Success. Yeah, it's tough work.
Come on, Max. 94 pitches from Max Scherzer. Definitely can pitch this through this inning. A double play would be nice, that's for sure.
Who lets us do this professionally?
Hoskins not a fast runner. That was the same pitch. He called the ball. Now it's a strike.
Right off.
These umpires, man, I tell you. Look where that second pitch was when you see it on game day.
Scott Berry has been consistent. 2 such strikes.
Nearly the same pitch.
That one leveled the count on Hoskins 1-1.
Come on, Max, let's go.
Hoskins 1 for 3 this evening. Single strikeout and a flyout. He's 2 for 29 lifetime.
Steve, well, they're trying to work in
Max Scherzer's here.
players, and like the other time Metro on Apple TV, Wayne Randazzo did the call, so they're trying to do different things with the home team broadcast and former players and stuff like that. Come on, Max, let's go.
Takes ball 2 upstairs. The StatCast, powered by Google Cloud. And I mentioned the 2 for 29. 15 strikeouts in there.
96 pitches for Scherzer. Man, with double play would be so nice here at the end of the inning. And he popped it up. Should be a can of corn for Nimmo.
Can of corn there for Nimmo.
2 outs. Yeah, look, KTU, they're going to do that. They're going to fix it. Look, they want that big contract from MLB. They want to get that big contract for MLB. And listen, they got a subscriber in me. I got the subscription. I found a couple of shows I like on Apple TV now because of it. So that's what they want to do. All right, 2 outs. 97 pitches. Got to be careful here with Bones. And game day is way ahead of us. First pitch, popped it up. Should end the inning, and it will because you saw it on game day. There we go. Well, with that, Scherzer, 7 innings, 1 run, 9 hits. Again, wasn't pretty, but what did he do? Keep the Mets in the ball game. Went 7 innings without his best stuff tonight. I mean, if you're the Phillies, you got to be pissed off. But you know what? You're going to be happy when Scherzer leaves the game. But listen, the Mets can go either way. They can go Trevor May. They can go Seth Lugo in the 8th. Or, listen, put it this way. We've seen Buck do this before. Buck loves to get the first game of a series, especially in big series. Don't be surprised if the Mets take the lead in the bottom of the 7th that you see Edwin Diaz for 2 innings. I know that might not be a lot of people's favorite idea, knowing you have a rested bullpen, but I do think that I would not be shocked if Edwin Diaz comes in for the 2-inning save, 6-out save, in my opinion. Oh, well, that's not good with Zach Wilson, though. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I mean, look, we've seen Buck do it before in a big game. And listen, again, Buck loves to win the first series of big games. And exactly, Ella, perfect point. Diaz hasn't pitched. You know, I think, when did he pitch last? Tuesday? It's Friday. He's had a couple of days off. He's well freshed. And again, if you throw Diaz out for 2 innings and he closes it out and wins the ball game, all right, he might not be available tomorrow, but you have a rested bullpen with everybody available tomorrow. You can throw May in if you need a save, or Lugo. You're going to have Rodriguez. You're going to have a couple of guys in the bullpen. You got Givens. Everybody rested. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Mets take the lead. You put Diaz out for a 6-out save. I would do it. So Mets are coming up. We got 4, 5, 6. Alonso, Ruff, and Canna. Again, I don't know if there's a pretty good chance they might give Suarez in the game. If they bring in a right-hander, I will see Vogelback in for Ruff in this spot, definitely. But that's if they take Suarez out of the game, which I doubt they will. There you go, Anthony. All right. Going to the bottom of the seventh. 4-5-6 for the Mets. Yeah, he challenged them, and I love it. I love challenging hitters.
9 hits for the Phils, 3 for the Mets.
Yeah, they might trade for Garoppolo. You never know, but you gotta see what you gotta give up. All right, guys, here we go. Alonso up, Suarez still on the mound. Come on, Pete. Oh, come on, Pete. You can't swing at that crap.
Strike 1.
Something to be said about Max, man. I mean, 9 hits. Phillies leave 8 guys on base. I mean, he was in trouble early.
Come on, Pete. Let's go.
Just hit or settle in, and he's special.
Said I. That should have been ball 3 already. But good at bat.
Again, we mentioned off the top, you know Max Scherzer, you may not, unless you're a Philly fan, you may not.
Come on, Pete. Hitters count right here, 2-1. Look in your zone and nowhere else. If he throws a good pitch, take it.
Get a little taste of it. Gets Alonso to ground to
Not
third
a
base,
great
man.
pitch.
Kicked by Ball.
Damn it. Not a pitch to hit.
There's 1 away.
1 out.
We clear the way for
Damn.
LG Red to whip it around.
And Nelly, you may even get a nay-nay in there as we get you out to D.C. here. Top 5, Manny Machado doubles on a sharp fly to left. 2 runs are going to cross the plate on this one to give the Padres 3-0.
Yep.
But wait, there's more
If
to
it-
the top of your screen. Yes, 7-0. Friars with the lead. Juan Soto pretty happy there when he scored that run out to St. Louis in this NL Central tilt. Bottom one, Paul Goldschmidt, hard hit ball off of Eric Lauer, 2-run shot there to make it 2-0. St. Louis Cards entered today, leading the division by half. Maybe it's come on, my friends.
Appreciate you as always, Carter, down in the studio. Yeah, the Padres, they know the Fernando Tatis Jr. news. They responded. Lead the Nats 7-0. The team that these Phillies beat last week in Friday Night Baseball. And now in hindsight, Juan Soto pickup was historic and monumental on its own, but especially now in light of the Tatis Jr. suspension.
All right, Darren Ruff up with 1 out. Ranger Suarez has been pitching excellent against the Mets offense, having him off balance almost the entire night. The Mets did scratch out a run against him to tie the ball game, but man, have he pitched extremely well. That was quick work by Ruff. Suarez against Ruff. Man.
It's number 4 tonight for the
Again,
Phillies.
you know, as much as everybody likes this platoon stuff, these are guys that are 220 hitters lifetime. So I don't care how good they are against one particular pitcher, lefty or righty, they're 220 hitters. They're going to be 220 hitters. That's why I still love a big bat that can hit anybody than somebody who can only hit against lefties or hit against righties. It always worries me. Adam Ottavino warming up in the bullpen, coming in the 8th inning. Again, I think this is a smart move by Thompson leaving Suarez in because you don't want Vogelback to come up, honestly. I think Vogelback is more of a threat than Ruff. But Mark Canna's up, bottom of 7, 2 outs, tie game. Suarez pitching extremely well in this ball game. Both pitchers.
What do you want me to say about that? Like,
I mean, Suarez did outpitch Scherzer, not when you look at the score, but the Mets only have 2 hits. Phillies have 9. But Scherzer kept him at 1 run.
I'm telling you, the body just not responding to me getting on the Peloton.
Clint, listen, as of the day of the deadline, I wasn't happy with the moves. Because when you get 220 hitters, no matter if they're a platoon or not, and you only put them in against guys that can hit, they're still going to always be a 220 hitter. They're not going to change. Ruff was batting 333. Well, he struggled for the most part today. And again, you get 220 hitters, you're getting 220 hitters. As much as Bogey is a folk hero and Nathan has been good, these guys aren't great players. These ain't the big bats that anybody expected. And not saying that they might not work out, but everybody loves them now because they're hot. But when they go back to earth and play to the back of their baseball card, you can't get mad at it. Those are the people who wanted to keep all the prospects and are happy with the moves. But when these guys don't perform because they're 220 hitters, well, you can't complain there. Because I'd rather have a Trey Mancini who can play every day at DH and can hit lefties and righties than a guy can only hit one side of the plate. Yeah, but Todd, he's always injured. And you get a guy who's always injured. 270 hitter who's a guy who can't stay healthy in his career. That's what you get. So 3-2 count coming to Canna. Nice at bat by Canna right here. See if he can get on here. 4-4. All right. Tyler Naquin coming up. Again, with the defense, the injuries, the Mets don't have a right-hander on the bench except for James McCann, and you're not going to use him. And you're not bringing in Vogel back in this spot with Suarez. So see if Naquin can do some damage here against the lefty.
Oh, that's a good ball.
Yeah, I think it's going to be his last inning too.
Yeah, that's when we had a little facial hair, and then look, I didn't have to dye it. It was real. That was real. But I'm looking forward to seeing all those. They were right. I'm gonna text them later. You won't. But look, trust me.
Come on, Tyler.
My FaceTime.
Jesus Christ.
And Hoskins gonna retreat.
And that's the end of the 7th. Well, there you go, guys. Going to the top of the 8th. Suarez has pitched extremely well. He went head-to-head against Max Scherzer. 7 innings, 1 run. Gave up many less hits than Scherzer. Both pitched extremely well. Scherzer with not his great stuff. Found a way to get through 7 with 1 run. And Suarez pitched well the entire game. Struggled a little bit in 1 inning that the Mets were able to scratch away 1 run. And Suarez pitched well the rest of the way. Again, I've said it in the beginning of the game. Suarez is a good pitcher. And when he has his sinker working, he's very hard to hit. And that's what happened today. And as I said, nope, if you're a Mets fan at the deadline and you saw the Mets got Naquin and Ruff and Vogelback a few days before the deadline, you couldn't be happy with that because when we got Vogelback a couple days before the deadline, a week before the deadline, everybody's like, oh, that's a good bench move. But they got to do more. All of a sudden, we get Naquin and Ruff. All of a sudden, everybody's happy. Like, I'm sorry. Do you see what Trey Mancini is doing in Houston? Playing extremely well. When you get a big bat that can hit lefties and righties, who would you rather have? A guy like Vogelback who might be hot. He might play 2 days in a row because there's a righty. And what if he's 7 for 8 with 2 home runs? And now a lefty's in the game. You're not playing him. You got to put Ruff in the ball game because he can't hit lefties. How does that help a team when you can't play the hot hand because he can't hit lefties because the lefty's starting that day? At least with a guy like Trey Mancini who can hit both lefties and righties, if he's hot, you can keep him in the ball game. If the Mets would have made Vogelback deal and then got Mancini, I'd like that more than a Darren Ruff, Naquin, Vogelback platoon, where I think Naquin is more valuable than the other 2 guys, only because he can play a position most days of the week. He could be an everyday player if needed. Vogelback and Ruff are not everyday players. And that's the concern I have. And, once again, Vogelback and Ruff, they crush a right-handed pitcher and a left-handed pitcher. But if they're not hitting well, they're not going to hit anybody. That's why they're 220 hitters. That's why they're not everyday players, because they're not that good hitting. All right, so Adam Ottavino's coming into the ball game in the top of the 8th, trying to keep this lead. Try to keep this tied at 1 to bring the Mets up in the bottom of the 8th. Yeah, but not platoon players like the Mets are counting on every single day. And it was that was 1986. All right, I mean, come on. I mean, they were putting the best guys out there every single day. They were platooning, but I mean, they started who they needed to start. They didn't have to worry about a DH back then. So,
credit to the other starters in the rotation for hold down.
I'm not saying platoon players ain't a big part of a championship team, but I'd rather have a big bat everyday DH than a guy. So again, Vogelbach can go 7 for 8 with 3 home runs in 2 games. And now you got a lefty on the mound, and now Ruff is going to start. How does that make sense? It doesn't. But right now, the Phillies couldn't score many runs either in this game. So, but 2-1 counts are Real Muto with Ottavino on the mound. Top of the 8th, 1-1. Nice pitch. I know, Boogeyman. Hey, listen, you got your opinion. If that's what you think, that's fine. But let's be honest. We all thought that Mets were going to do more. Just that simple. We wouldn't have to give up much. Look what the Astros didn't give up nothing for Trey Mancini. At all. Popped up. Should be an easy out for Alonso. The ball's drifting a little bit there. All right, 1 out. You know, Clint, it doesn't matter what you have to give up for the minors. They didn't give nothing for Trey Mancini. And look what the Phillies gave up for Robertson. They gave up their, 25th best prospect. I mean, come on. You could have done that.
And he's in some discomfort.
You know, and that's the thing. Again, people like it now because these platoon guys are hot. But there's a reason why they're not everyday players. And there's a reason for that. Ground ball, foul ball. And I want people to be more realistic. You can't be happy with the results now and say, oh, I told you so. But now when they're struggling, then what? You know, what are you going to say then? So Jose Alvarado is coming in, warming up, going to pitch the bottom of the 8th. A hard-throwing lefty. Ottavino has been a solid bullpen arm all year for this team. Clint, that could be a possibility as well.
One of the best teams in all of baseball.
And if that's the issue, if that's what happened, then the Mets can't do nothing about that. But I don't think Baltimore is not going to trade with the Mets. I mean, they made trades before. You know, I don't think it's freaking shift. I hate the shift. Makes no sense to shift sometimes. Hey, Boogie, I love it. No, I like Vogelbach. Come on. Sexy back, we love sexy back. But the point is, Buck Showalter is not going to put Vogelbach in the game if the Mets have... Okay, hold on 1 second. Mets fan from the Bronx. I love it. I love it. I love you how to put that name there. I love it. Great job. I agree. Mets fan from the Bronx, 100% agree. They could have got somebody. Didn't have to be a great arm. It could have been a decent arm. And they didn't do it. Why? I don't know. Have a good night.
I think it certainly helps.
Well, again, the shift, again, it's a ground ball to second base.
It's not easy. Teams are not just giving up guys, right? Like, it's hard to find pieces at the deadline. Just go, hey, you know what? We want all the relievers out there to come to us. We got to give up a lot to get something, especially at quality. And they did get Michael Gibbons, right? So just one left-hander out there, Joely. Look, I think every team has a hole, and you just try to make it not be a glare.
But you're not getting You're not getting guys off the major league roster. You traded minor league prospects. Like, I just don't understand that.
Castellanos running. Nito's throw
Got him.
is
Oh, he dropped the ball.
out of
God
the glove
damn it.
of Lindor, so
He would have been out.
Castellanos has it back.
So Castellanos stole second base. Wasn't a great throw, but Lindor dropped it. It wasn't an easy pick either, but
See this again, I'm thinking
he would have been out if he
hit
caught
back
that ball.
cleanly. Castellanos might have been out.
But James, you're not wrecking the chemistry of the team. You're not.
I don't really been safe anyway.
Listen, I don't think Trey Mancini, if the Mets would have got him, would have wrecked the chemistry of the team.
He was in there.
And now in scoring position
All right.
for
Hole is up with one out. Man in scoring position, 2-0 count. Got to be careful here. Hole got power. Nice slider on the outside corner.
the Pistons strike one. Monster series last weekend. All 5 for 10 with 3 homers and a double. Drove in 3 games. Solid.
You know, and this is the problem here when you have one lefty in the bullpen. Because you got to keep him in for 3 batters with the 3-batter rule. And you can't really use him in certain spots. Like, you might want to use him now. Nice pitch, 2-2. Yeah, but when you have good arms behind the plate, that can counteract that. But you know what? Don't put man on base. That's simple. All right, come on, Adam. Let's go. Nice strikeout here.
Two and two, Ottavino and Hall with Castellanos in scoring position.
Got him, baby. Yes. 2 outs. Nice strikeout with the slider. Nasty pitch. 2 outs. All right. Gene Segura, who scares me always. He's a contact guy. Guy loves to go the other way. Loves to go to the opposite field. If I'm the Mets here, I'm playing straight up. He loves to hit that hole at second base. I wouldn't shift on him. Gotta be careful. I don't know what the infield is right now, but he definitely tries to go the other way with the ball. It would be nice if they actually showed a view of where the infield's playing. I hope they're not shifting. That's all I care. Play straight up.
Depth and flexibility.
Come on, Adam.
GG the hit machine. Segura 1 for 3.
All right, 2-0. Yeah, Keto, exactly. Good hitter, Mets killer. Loves to hit the ball the other way. .286, 1 home run, 7 RBIs with 2 outs and runners in scoring position for him this year. Nice slider on the outside corner. Strike one.
You have 10 hits.
Come on.
Hit has eluded him.
Strike 2. Come on.
Strike 2.
Let's go. Fans are on their feet trying to get that strikeout. Come on. Strike 3. Yes. Good pitch. Adam Ottavino getting out of trouble. Again, Adam Ottavino has been one of our best relievers all year. I wasn't a big fan of the signing in the offseason. I mean, he's, seen him with the Yankees, seen him with the Red Sox struggle a lot. Man, he's been one of our best relievers all year. So the Mets are going to the bottom of the 8th. All we need is 1 run, and then we sound the trumpets. But the Mets need to get a run. Jose Alvarado was coming into the ball game, and that's a very smart move by Thompson. He's sticking with left-handers. He does not want Vogelback to come in this ballgame. I'm telling you, does not. So the Mets will have up Guillorme, Nito, Nimmo. So again, the Mets, I don't know if you could, you can't pitch it. You don't have no right-handers on the bench except for James McCann. You're not pitch hitting James McCann because you have nobody else to play the field. So you're stuck in this situation where the only spot Vogelback can bat is rough, unless it's the ninth inning, but even still. So Vogelback's probably not coming in this ballgame because the Mets have no, I mean, you could pinch it Vogelback for Nito, but you're not pitching them against lefties, and this is a spot where it hurts us, right? So limited bench hurts us here because of the fact that Escobar would be hitting right now in the 8th spot right-handed, but unfortunately it's not possible because Guillorme's in. So you got Guillorme, Nito, and Nimmo at the plate. Yeah, Clint, and listen, they're not stupid. Like, they knew it. Look, I always think you need 2 lefties in the bullpen. That's always been my way of doing something. Putting together a bullpen. I always like 2 lefties. And I always like 2 lefties, especially now with the 3-batter rule, because it's so important to have an extra lefty. Like, Joely Rodriguez, you can only, like, right now, like, when are you going to use him now? Like, now you're going to have to hope. Look, the Mets need to win this ball game right now. Don't go to extra innings. You don't want to use more of your bullpen now. But you know what? We got Guillorme, we got Nito, and Nimmo. Again, Guillorme, I can see him slapping the ball to left field for a base hit. Nito might bunt. You never know. And then you got the top of the order up. But you got a left-hander. You got Nimmo up, Marte, Lindor. So you got righties coming up, but you have to get to that point. All right, so here we go. Mets, bottom of the 8th, still tied 1-1, 8-9-1. Guillorme, Nito, and Nimmo batting against Jose Alvarado, the hard-throwing lefty. And listen, the Mets have trouble against lefties. Why not throw lefties at him the whole game? And that's a good move by Thompson. But he has a 4.7 ERA, 4.73 ERA, so he struggled. But he's still not easy to hit. And that's a strike. James, you don't know that. I hate when people talk about that. McGill, who hasn't been healthy since early May, we're going to trust him being in the bullpen. David Peterson, maybe, but you don't know how these guys can transition to the bullpen. You never know that in pressure situations. You just don't know. Just because they got good stuff doesn't mean it'll translate to the bullpen. Just because Smoltz did it and other pitchers done it. Base hit. And look, there you go. The shift helps in this spot. Hits it hard, but they're playing them right up the middle. And that's a base hit in the last 90 years. James, I hope so. Listen, they better be fine. Because if not, the Mets are going to be in trouble. So this is not a bullpen that is going to be anything that you can think of that's going to be that good. They're good. They're okay. They've been decent, but I don't know. All right, Edwin Diaz is definitely going to be coming in the 9th inning, at least to either preserve the save or keep the Phillies at 1 run. Again, Keto, college to the majors, 2 different ball games. It's a whole different ball game. I don't care if he did it in high school or college or even the minors. And he was mostly a starter in the minors. Again, can they transition? Sure. I think McGill can transition to the bullpen because he got that type of demeanor. But we're talking about a guy who hasn't been healthy since May. Why are we going to put all our eggs in McGill who hasn't been healthy? You just never know. And Mr. Firm, that's true too. That is also true. You're not going to use 5 starters in the playoffs. And, Walker or Carrasco, one of those guys can be in the bullpen. But Peterson could go either way when it comes. And good if Peterson can work out in the bullpen, that's your second lefty, but that's an if.
Alvarado sets for the 0-1.
And Nito, base hit down the line, past the Hoskins glove. Who says Nito sucks? Jakey, thank you for the donation, buddy. I appreciate it.
Good effort by Hoskins there to get to that.
All right, so Nito gets on with 1 out with Brandon Nimmo coming up. Oh, what's up? Come on. Here's the inning right here. We need 1 run. 1 run, and you get the trumpets. Joe, can we score? I don't know. You got a bat? Let's go. Top of the order. Here we go. Nimmo has struggled the entire game. Maybe he can do something here. Turning on a fastball. Let's go. Come on, Brandon. Shows a bunt. I don't like that.
This Jets offense.
Nimmo is due. He's been struggling.
In baseball, a bit of a throwback offense.
Come on, Brandon.
Is that fair to say? Definitely situational. Not a ton of home runs in this era of the long ball, the 3 true outcomes. Hit for average. Base running team.
Wow, 102 miles an hour. Woof. Nasty. That was a nice pitch on the outside corner. Come on, Brandon.
Sets a slow heartbeat from Nimmo. You see a deep breath from Alvarado.
That's a ball.
This is down and away.
Yeah, Braves are winning 4-2 now. Well, I mean, yeah, a lefty throwing that hard, but he has a 4.5 ERA. So, I mean, come on, Brandon. Oh, no.
To the right side. Nito will hold up between the bases. He has not been tagged out yet, but he did keep running.
Brandon, what are you doing? Why would you do that? That was not a good base running by Nito there. Ending the inning. Jesus, Nito. Why would you do that? All he had to do was just run in through the base path. That's it. Stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. You got to run there. You don't stop. Run. Let him tag you. Let him make a decision. Don't stop like that. All right, so Diaz is coming in to hold the game at a tie. Unfortunately, it's not a save situation, but you know what? He still possibly pitched 2 innings. How is he not used to running? He plays baseball. He plays every day almost. All right, I gotta lower the trumpets because I'll get copyrighted for the music, like I did the last time. So, yeah, listen. I don't care if you're a catcher. I don't care if you're a pitcher. Most likely not a pitcher, but if you're a catcher, especially Nito's been playing a lot, it's a stupid base running play. You keep running and let the fielder make a decision. You don't stop, and you made the decision for Segura there. So, again, Diaz is coming in for the 9th, not for a save situation, but keeping the Phillies at bay, and the Mets will try to win it in the 9th. The Mets will have up Marte, Lindor, Alonso. That's where we are right there. But Diaz gotta shut it down and keep him to not score. And he's had a great year. There was some talk about him being a Cy Young winner. That's how good he's been. Oh boy, Ryan. So we're just waiting. Again, I put it on mute because I probably get copyrighted if I let the song play, and I don't want that. That would suck. So Diaz is coming in the ball game. The Phillies will have up 8-9-1. Marsh, Vierling, and Stott, who's been a pain in the ass tonight. All right, guys, here we go. Top of the ninth, 1-1 the score. Oh, true. But in that situation, you got to be a professional ball player. Like it's common sense what he should have done there. You don't need to overthink it. That's not going to affect his base running by knowing how to run to second base. All right, come on, Edwin. Get us to the bottom of the ninth. Strike two. 2 pitches, 2 strikes.
The ball at the fingertips is just ridiculously confident and strong.
Got him. Well, 1, 2, 3. See ya. Bye. Can't hit that fast. Can't hit that pitch. 1 out.
What's most incredible about Diaz to me is
fastball. Nope. Slider. Started in front of the plate and dipped. This guy is just insane right now. Like, nobody could have said in 2019 that this guy was going to be anywhere near this guy. Strike on the outside corner. But you got to be careful, though. Anybody can turn on a fastball. You got to be careful, though. He went. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on, Edwin. Highest strikeout in a single season. Edwin Diaz, 18.9. Nice slider. Strike 2. Come on, Edwin.
Make sure I have the great jersey. I was like, this is not the great jersey. This is why. But you got to play it.
For smart fans, they expect a lot.
Absolutely. Every night.
Passionate. But when they're behind you,
goodbye. Yes, baby. Absolutely. The pitcher is bar none. 2 outs. Let's go. That slider, man. You can't hit that slider. It's amazing. Like, that, when he throws it over the plate and it moves like that, it's impossible to hit. All right? Stott, who's been extremely good in this game. Popped up. Should end the inning. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Bottom of the ninth. Mets can win. Walk it off. And the Mets have Marte, Lindor, and Alonso. Let's go. It's just nasty. Somebody actually put the bat on the ball. But, man, Diaz, man, is just impeccable. Like, what can you say? Like, this guy just, look, all he needed, we all knew his stuff was there. We knew that. He needed the confidence. I don't know what happened during the offseason. I don't know if Buck talked to him. I don't know what happened. But, man, just amazing. And, there's no point in bringing out Diaz for the 10th if I wouldn't do that. Look, win it now, and let's not worry about that. Like, if we only have to use 2 bullpen arms and Diaz do, 10 pitches, and Ottavino thrown in, I mean, you have nearly your entire bullpen for tomorrow, and Diaz will be available tomorrow as well. Again, Buck is the type of guy that wants to win game 1 of a series. He's done it. You've seen everything he's done in game 1 of a series. He put out all the stops. But the Mets got the big boys up, Marte, Lindor, and Alonso. Again, I don't know if Alvarado's going to come out for the 9th, or is it going to be David Robinson? Maybe. They haven't said yet. Oh, I'm sorry. Sir Anthony Dominguez is coming in, a right-handed pitcher. So, again, the Mets hit him before. And I don't think they want to waste Robinson in a spot where it's not a save situation. So I think if the Phillies would have took the lead, Robinson would have been in. But since they didn't, Sir Anthony Dominguez is coming in. So no Robinson right now. So just waiting for the game to come back. For the bottom of the ninth, the Mets can walk it off. One, I don't know if Buck would do that. He might, but I don't know if they would do that. But we'll see. Again, 1 run, who cares, right? That's all we need. Let's go. Fans are on their feet. Let's get it done.
Marte, Lindor, and Alonso.
Finally got a right-hander on the mound. Starling Marte, 11 walk-off wins, 11 since 2014. All right, Starling, let's end it. And that's a ball. Come on, Starling.
Not just of late for Dominguez, he's been great all year. For the most part, the Phillies bullpen has been settled down. Grounded foul by Marte. And that was something Rob Thompson and his staff wanted to do after the managerial change. Was, hey, let's put our guys in lower leverage positions. Let's get their confidence up, and then we'll replace them in settled roles. Acquired David Robertson.
Come on, Starling, let's go.
So we have veterans back there. Guys who are confident.
Game over.
Marte in the air to right field. Castellanos.
Yes, that's a double. That's a double.
Marte with a stand-up double.
Yes. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Leadoff double. Yes. Marte's amazing. Couldn't hit nothing all night right away. Double the right field. Castellanos couldn't get that ball. There we go.
That ball just took off on Castellanos out there right field. Good swing by Marte.
I think Marte Dobe was gone when he hit it.
A couple of steps inside.
You know, you don't want to push Marte there. I don't. You know, he could have probably easily got a triple there. Come on, Frankie. Base hit should win the ball game here. Come on. Fans are up on their feet. Got to be patient here. Look, Clint, when he hit that, it looked like it was going to be gone. And he looked at it, too, like it was going to be gone. Let's go. Come on, Frankie.
Walked off the Phillies.
Good eye, good eye.
Will dig in, currently tied the Mets club record for RBI in a single season by a
Don't give any room to this pitcher. Let him work.
Next time he drives in a run, if we were to do it here right now, only set a club record, it would win the game.
Come on, Frankie.
Career walk-off ribbies. High fly ball.
That's gone.
Field. Marsh at the warning track. Catches it. Tagging is Marte.
All right. Productive out by Lindor. Almost got it. Damn. All right. 2 opportunities to get the run home. Sack fly or a base hit here wins the ball game. Damn. I thought he crushed that ball. But I'll take a productive out. Come on, Pete. Come on, Pete. Let's go. They're walking Pete Alonso. Good move. And guess who's coming in? Vogelback. Here comes Vogie. Here comes Vogie. So that's obviously a good move because they can set up a double play. But Daniel Vogelback pitch hitting for Ruff. Perfect time to pinch hit, obviously. Here we go.
or takes from his plate appearance, his AB, he will pass down.
There we go.
To his teammates.
Big spot for Bogey here. Let's go. Bogey. Yeah, exactly. You have to walk Alonso there. You can't let Alonso beat you. Again, here's a spot where you got Vogel back. This is why you got Vogel back, right? The pitch hit to come in late games against a righty. Come on, Bogey. Come on, Bogey, baby. Let's go.
Door continues, conversing with Mark Canna.
Here we go.
Who will be on deck
Here we go.
after Vogelback.
Come on, Bogey.
15 games in New York.
Fly ball hitter.
41
That's what he is.
2 home runs,
All he has to do is not hit the ball on the ground and hit it hard somewhere.
4 doubles.
Come on. Well, the acquisition is in a big spot.
Philadelphia's problem is that the winning run from New York.
Come
is
on,
not
Bogey,
easy
let's go.
away. The former Starling Marte.
First pitch. Ball. Nice, nice. Come on, Bogey. Let's go. Game over.
Left field. Fairling has it. Marte tags to throw home. The tag applied. The Phillies got him. Wow.
Yeah.
An absolute missile thrown for a strike from left. And a perfect tag from Real Muto.
Wow.
Sends this.
Nice throw. Excellent throw by Verlins. Wow. That was a bad send. I don't think you should have sent them there. Damn. Well, there we go. Top of the 10th. That sucks. Wow. That really sucked. Well, he got it in the air. Just he hit a line drive. That was just a perfect throw, but again, that wasn't a good send at all. I mean, he was out by a mile. You know, I would have just kept him in there, leave him on third, and let the next guy get up to the plate. He hit it hard. What are you going to do? Damn. That was a bad send, but we're going to the top of the 10th, and now we have Little League Baseball. Jonathan, let's be honest. I mean, your bullpen got lucky there. But, Jonathan, I think you can agree now. We're into Little League Baseball now with runners on base now. Yeah, well, you know what? The outfielders had to play in there, and that was a perfect scenario. It was a line drive. I don't know why they sent them. It was an excellent throw by Verlins, who has one of the better arms in the outfield for the Phillies. Look, it didn't have to be a perfect throw. It had to be a solid throw. He threw it out. He was out by a mile. Nah, James, you don't take a gamble there. There was no way he was scoring on that play. I would have kept him on third and let Canna come to the plate. A guy who can control the bat. Well, Keith Hernandez, he talks about nonsense, but you know, that's nothing new with Keith Hernandez. Well, we're playing minor league baseball now, which is always fun. All right, top of the 10th. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Look, he had to make a good throw. He didn't have to make a hard throw, but it was perfect. You know, anywhere off the line, the game's over. But he was coming in on the ball with momentum, and the ball wasn't hit relatively deep. I mean, he was out by a mile. And honestly, it wasn't a good throw. It was offline, but because he was so far in, it was just a bad send. It wasn't even a good throw.
for the Phillies.
It was actually offline.
Play of the night for the Phillies.
All right, here we go. Top of the 10th, runner on second. Givens in the ball game for the Mets.
Better defensively. The last couple months, compared to the expectation and the reputation they may carry among those who don't watch a ton of Phillies baseball. Bryson Stott will begin as the runner on second base here in the 10th. Michael Givens relieving Edwin Diaz.
Well, here's Epler's big bullpen move. Enjoy it.
Hoskins, Bone, and Real Muto.
Middle of the order for the Phillies.
Givens. Show you what he's done.
Oh, it's okay, James. No problem.
Starting off the north side of Chicago, then coming to New York at the deadline. Really confident pitcher. On the year, the Mets are 9-1 in extra inning games. The Phillies 6-5. There's fairly again.
Vogelback can run. Like, don't let him fool you his size. He's pretty quick for a big boy. Oh boy. That's not. I mean, it's not the end of the world if you walk him. You got a double play chance there. RJ, why would you let Ruff hit? Vogelback hit a line drive. What can you do about that? Bannock, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. RJ, it's not going to change the entire season. It's one game. And the Mets didn't lose yet. I think everybody has to pay attention now.
Hoskins won homer from his fourth 25-plus regular season and his sixth big league campaign. That includes, obviously, the short 2020 year. He had 10 and 41 games.
Well, yeah, Ruff could have won it, and he also could have struck out. I mean, again, it wasn't a good send. He should have never tried to tag up. It didn't make sense.
Pitch number 7, on the way from Givens to Hoskins.
Come on, Givens.
Look
at this freaking play.
Side, Givens slides and
Nice play. Wow, that was a nice play. Did get the runner over to third, though. So it was a productive out nonetheless.
That was smooth.
That was very easy. He made that look easier than it was.
It's Trey Turner's.
Wow. Can he play third? Jesus.
Says pitchers not athletes.
Again, no reason to go for the lead runner there. Get the out.
I think I heard you say
Hitters say that. Not us TV clowns.
All right, Alec Bohm up. Nice dangerous hitter for the Phillies.
Stop moved up to third. Infield comes in.
All right. Are they going to send him?
To right field. Marte has it. Stott tags. Comes home. The ball bounces away. Stott is safe. And the Phillies go up 2-1.
Well, there you go right there. He would have been out if he caught the ball.
In the first with an RBI single. The Phillies a little closer to.
All right, so I don't know what happened. Hold on.
Fly ball to right.
Gotta catch that ball. That was a good throw. He would have been out by a mile. Nito's got to catch that.
In these dire situations, you got to take chances.
Got a piece of the glove of Nito.
Yeah. Tough hop for Nito, though.
And Cliff, if you're playing right field, what are you trying to do with that throw? You want it lit up the line a little bit?
All right, so they checked that third. He didn't leave early.
It's a new rule in place. The catcher has to be in front of the plate. So you have to give him a lane. So you do want the one hop. It's just a little bit of a short hop right there.
Again, I don't know if Alvarez would have caught that, but, I mean, you got to make that play. You do.
See, they peeled to no avail, so base is empty. 2-1 Phillies.
Again, it's only one run. Remember, guys, we got a man on second as well. Game's not over yet. He did not leave early. Good replay there. Again, it was a good throw. You know, that's a situation where you can't block the plate until you have the ball. If Nito can be at the plate instead of in front of the plate, he would have got a better hop. But you can't block the plate until you have the ball. So again, Gibbons didn't give up anything here. He gave up a ground ball and a pop-up. Should have been out of the inning.
He's 0 for 4.
Nice pitch.
Strike 2.
Not over yet. Strike 3, nice. All right, well, the Mets will have up, let's see, Canna, Naquin, Guillorme. Yeah, that is true, Polar Bear Pete. Honestly, that is true. Nito had a problem with those hops. But again, it comes to the situation with the rules of baseball, right? I mean, you can't block the plate until you have the ball, right? So the whole point of the Mets, of Nito being in front of the plate, have to get in a shorter hop. And, you know, because baseball tries to change rules because of injuries, which is stupid. But again, guys, Todd, it really doesn't matter if Diaz was in the ballgame. Givens didn't do nothing wrong. He gave up a ground ball and a fly ball. Like, you got to make the play. And, of course, Keats going to be trending because the Mets didn't make a play there. That's why. Again, I don't care what Keats says. It really doesn't matter. We're not done yet. It's not over yet. Again, a base hit can tie the game here. It's not over yet. As quickly as they got a run in, we can get a run in as well. Actually, Blindbeard, we should be losing this game. As many runs as the Phillies have, they should have won this game 5-1 easily. Todd, I understand that. But again, there's no guarantee that Diaz gets out of the 10th and the Mets score in the 10th. And then you use Diaz for 2 innings. Now there's no guarantee you're going to win this game, and you lose him for tomorrow as well. So, yeah. Again, all it took was Nito catching the ball, and the inning's over. So, you know, it has nothing to do with anything else. Nobody made a mistake there. The fact that Nito missed the ball, that's it. And look, the reason why the Mets lost this game is because they couldn't score. Very simple. You had the opportunity in the 9th, and now you got an opportunity in the 10th to tie the game or possibly win it. Mark Canha is going to be leading off. Obviously, Vogelback is on second base. Mets need 1 run to tie, 2 runs to win. Let's make it happen.
That was big time. Big time. Now Daniel Vogelback.
You know, people get down on this team, and they always surprise you. And it might not be this game, but it's not the end of the world.
Vogelback can scoop. We saw him go from first to – he scored first to he scored, yeah.
All right, Mark, let's go. Boogeyman, wouldn't that be surprising?
He's got some stuff to burn.
Naquin got popped.
Mark Canha has some pop in his back.
Jakey, my dad too. How dare they? Well, because you don't have nobody on the bench. Who are you going to use, James McCann?
Just try to stay ready to do damage. He looks ready. To begin the bottom of the 10th against David Robertson.
Like, we had to use most of our bench because of the injuries. And don't think Vogelback is not pretty quick. He's quick. Well, no reason why David Robinson can't blow this game for them, right?
The last two pitchers we've seen in this game.
You know, they're probably going to try to pitch around Canna to try to get a double play ball.
Our opponents here tonight. Back scored first on a double Sunday against Atlanta. He's on second.
All right, Mark, let's go.
2-0 pitch from Robertson.
Nice pitch.
Strike one.
Well, you know, I do a lot of games up there in Chicago and saw them both, and they were part of a really good bullpen for a struggling Cubs team. But
Trevor May is warming up in the bullpen, by the way, guys. Yeah, James McCann, Todd. And that's why you can't pinch run for him. I mean, James McCann slowing and Vogelback.
Back to Philadelphia. Canna shoots it to right center.
Ah.
In the air.
All right, well, we got to run it to third now.
Vogelback tagging the throw from Castellanos to third.
There we go.
Vogelback. It's a
All right. Freaking Bogey, man. You got to love it. Nice hustle. All right, all we need is a base hit here. Bogey's awesome. That's hilarious. I don't know about one more fly ball.
I don't care how big it is. Start base runner. This is fun, man. Sound base runner. They leave early. Castellanos actually makes a really good.
Who said he couldn't run? All right, Luis Guillaume up now. Excuse me, Naquin, sorry. Naquin has been clutched. Has had break RBIs already. Come on, Tyler, base it. Ooh, nice pitch. Nasty slider.
90 feet apart. Vogelback on third. Tyler Naquin in the batter's box.
Come on, Tyler, base it. What are you swinging at? Jesus.
Naquin's had quite a few extra base hits this year in the Mets.
Gosh, again, fans maybe going into the deadline, we're hoping for big splashes. But the moves they made to get Vogelback, Naquin, and Ruff, they've proved to be massive given their early tenures here in Queens.
Come on, Tyler. Let's go. Get it done.
Veteran Robertson having to hunker down here in the 10th inning.
Ooh, close. Yeah, that's true. They do that. But I think they lower the field volume a little bit. Come on, Tyler. Oh, almost a wild pitch. That would have been interesting. Seeing big boy Vogie running the home plate.
Tough day at the plate. Still going behind there, wearing it for your boys. It's a beautiful block.
Come on, Tyler.
One of the best in the business. 2-2 grounded Joe.
Ooh, just missed down the line.
It's one walk-off home run in his career. Folks in Cleveland,
Come on, Tyler, let's go.
2016, it was inside the Parker. He slides across home, and Rock City threw up the rock off and set up to celebrate.
Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'll never forget it. It was sick.
Come on, Tyler.
That big here. One out in the 10th, tying run on third.
Oh, on the outside corner.
Off the plate on that
Well,
side.
you call that pitch the entire night. It's a ball, though. That is a ball. It's off the plate, but he's called that all night. It's off the plate, at least by 2 inches. But he's called that the entire night. Too close to take. Gotta foul it off. All right, Luis Guillaume. Either he gets it done or we lose. Game over.
step back. He'll flip it to Robertson.
And the Phillies win the ball game. Again, the Mets had their chances in the ninth, had their chances in the 10th. With less than 2 outs, did not get it done. The Phillies were able to get a sac fly to get that one run in that they needed. Mets lose 2-1. Not a good game by the Mets offensively at all. But you know what? RJ, relax. I mean, come on. 6 more. Where does that get you? You're 9.5 games out. But it happens. It's one game. You come back tomorrow. You beat them. Back to where we were yesterday. But again, Nito missed the ball. But you know what? The Phillies are going to be very happy about this win. But they also got to remember that they should have lost, considering the fact they should have won this game 7-1. So, but DeGrom's tomorrow. Philly had numerous chances to score some runs. Yeah, RJ, and the Mets have trashed the whole month of September. So it's all right. The Phillies got the win again. The Phillies had numerous chances to beat this team up today, and they didn't. So, and as much as everybody's talking about a choke job, the Mets are allowed to lose. They lost their 3rd game in the last 20. So relax. It happens. One game. The Phillies are still 9.5 games out of first place. And if they were thinking about first place, then they don't know what they're talking about. They should be worried about the Braves and catching them if they worry about that. But once again, guys, Mets lose 2-1 to the Phillies. The Phillies made the big sacrifice fly that they needed. The Mets had 9th inning and 10th inning to get it done with less than 2 outs. They didn't get it done. Mets lose 2-1. Phillies should have won 6-1, but they found a way to win. They've been playing good. The Mets have been playing good. One play made the difference in the ball game. We knew it was going to be a close game. We talked about it. Mets had their chances. Look, if the Mets got their chances and did what they did the entire last 3-4 weeks, they win the ball game. You know, I don't think they should have sent Marte in that spot, but they did. But Phillies played a good game. Stott had a nice game, 3 for 4, 2 doubles. I mean, a double, 2 singles, and 2 runs. That kid's a stud. And the Phillies got it done. And they got it done today. But they did what they had to do. Once again, the Phillies should have scored about 7 runs in this ball game. I'm not going to talk about the umps because the Mets also couldn't hit when they had runners on. They couldn't get it done. The Phillies did tonight. So Mets lose 2-1. Phillies take game 1 of the series. Tomorrow, DeGrom is on the mound and Aaron Nola. See what the Mets can do Saturday night. The game is at 7 o'clock. I'll be at the game. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to do a first inning live for Jacob DeGrom. I'll be at the 7-line section. So I'll see you guys then. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Mets lose 2-1. Phillies take game 1 of the series. I will see you guys tomorrow night live at Citi Field against the Phillies. Everybody have a good night. As always, let's go Mets. See you next time, guys.